Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to 1992, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Taking you back to the days of Double Dutch and Booty Tag. Okay.
Booty tag. I was never cool enough.
No, I didn't play. That's sexual harassment.
Look. All right, well, we're your hosts. I'm Ariel, a.k.a. Sugar Soulfly.
It's Kamal the Great. What's good?
A.k.a. Was it Kelly?
It's your boy Ant, Just Ant. What's good?
And we have a special friend on with us today.
Hey.
Yes.
Introduce yourself, friend.
I'm Charisma, but everybody on here is probably gonna say Skies.
Yes.
Hey.
What's your Instagram so they can follow your beautiful ass?
Pecan butter.
Yes, pecan butter. Is it spelled correctly?
No.
Spell it out.
I really have to spell it?
People want
Okay,
to
so it's P-E-C-A-N B-U-T-T-A_.
Yes, go follow her for some.
There are
forgot
dudes
it,
at
I
home
changed
writing
it.
this
Writing
down.
it down.
Bro,
No,
She sound
rewind
cute as
it.
fuck.
I changed it like 3 times.
She sound cute as shit. But nah, we're your hosts. Welcome back. First things first, happy Black History Month, you guys.
Yes.
That was
our first
It's
podcast.
every day.
Supporting our
You're right.
ancestry.
We need a
Right.
longer month.
Look, but happy Black History Month to us all. Let's go through some shout outs. Once again, shout out Brian from Arts and Rhymes and the
Shout out
Broadcasting
Brian,
Network.
right?
Crystal
Fine.
clear sounds of awesome rhymes.
Right.
All right.
Clear
One,
sounds,
two,
clear
one,
eyes.
two.
That's it. That's it. We're gonna put on a t-shirt. But let's also shout out Grill B. Okay, so I came across this beautiful black man on Instagram, and he is the owner and president of a company called Schoolyard Rap. So basically, the company's sole purpose is to educate through entertainment. It was founded by a veteran teacher. He used hip hop in his curriculum, and he just found out that he was getting great results with his students. So he dropped the first ever Black History Month album entitled Our Story, which included the hit single, which I love and I'm going to download. I think I downloaded it already. Black Made That. So it's literally a rap. He's like, you stopping at the stop sign, Black Made That. And it's like, it's a whole, y'all gotta check it out. It's so good. Like, he's literally
Peanut
going
butter
through the
and
day.
jelly?
Literally. He goes through
Okay,
like,
that's
he
lit.
goes through like the day of like, I guess a kid that would wake up and go to school. And like everything that they would come across, Black Made That. And like, it's dope. And this is actually like his third album that he's
Sweet.
made for kids. It's
That's dope.
super, super dope.
That's lit.
You can purchase the album on all digital platforms, as well as on schoolyardrap.com.
Okay.
Like I said, it was on Instagram. Let me see if I could get you, because this mic is clear enough. Let me see if I can get the video, because it's kind of dope.
That's what's
It's
up.
super
though, man.
cute. But yeah, what do you? I mean, shout out this young man. I liked it a lot.
Is
So
there a
hold up.
page?
So,
But I was gonna say, is there a page? What's the
Yeah, I'm
follow
going on
for that?
Instagram. I'm going to the Instagram page. Literally, it's Griot B GR.
so he also is a teacher, right? You said, right?
Yes, his Instagram personally is the Griot B, the GRIOTB. And the website is Schoolyard Rap.
Okay.
And here
so
we
he
go.
teaches his kids like with rap, like he's like giving
I
them
think
algebra and stuff, and get them like different like.
I think it's dope. I mean, not only because he's black, because it's. I think it's dope because he's communicating with students in a way that they understand.
Wait, hold on. No, this is another one. No, wait, hold on.
Okay,
Sorry, that's not the
okay,
right
okay.
video. That's one of the songs, though.
But like I was saying before, I was interrupted.
I'm done.
I think it's dope because he's communicating with students.
No, I mean that's like a good thing to do though, you know, because kids need like a way for you to come down to their level or come to their level, whatever, and like
Definitely.
Yeah.
relate to them. And a lot of the times, the way that teachers are like talking to the kids, oh,
There we
that's
go.
lit. Okay, nah, that's definitely lit.
Yeah.
though.
Okay,
You know
so
what
there
I'm
we go. It's coming in. It's coming in.
saying? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Black Made That. That's interesting. That's
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Edison made that light bulb cool, but Louis Latimer made that light improve.
Louis
If you
Latimer.
ever feel you can't shine in class,
it's
look
bumps.
up at
This
the
shit
light,
knocks.
say Black made that.
It's gonna
No,
be a
that's
bunch
cute.
of little kids twerking to that song. hey, see that butt? Black made that.
All that. Hey, Thomas Edison made that light bulb cool, but Louis Latimer made that light improve. If you ever feel you can't shine in class,
So yeah, so he's been doing that for like he has another one. He has a whole like curriculum of stuff, but this album particularly is for Black History Month and like different things. And I just said that's
Cause yo,
dope.
think about it. Think about all the rap songs you know. If like I could like change that with like knowing my schoolwork back in the day, I would have straight A's though. So. Definitely a good
I'm
idea.
thinking we download everything else.
Hello.
Why not download that? I mean,
And especially if it helps kids learn. Like I know y'all saw that video a little while ago with the black teacher that had the handshakes for everybody in the class. Like kids
Yeah, I
really
saw
resonate
that.
with things like that. Like
Cause they see it on like the TV and stuff. I just saw I think it was on Twitter, maybe Tumblr or something, and this teacher, this college professor basically emailed all the students, like, it was like the third test in. He was like, okay, basically, I see that this curriculum, the way that I'm teaching this to you guys is not working. Like, he curved all 3 of the first test grades and, like, basically started over. Like, like he was like, all right, we're going to try it this way. And he, like, I feel like that, exactly. It was like, if you're teaching something and the kids are all getting, like, 50s and 40s and stuff, like, it ain't the kids. I don't care if it's chemistry or anything like that. Like, you got doctors and stuff, people in school all of the time.
Yeah, because think about it, like teaching is like, well, kids need to be, a part of a family. Like, if you're a teacher, like, you're basically like the child's mother or father.
That's true,
like,
until they get back home.
Day. So if they can't feel comfortable, like, to, like, listen to you or take in that information, you can't get to them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Once
That's
you
the origin
out,
of teaching. That's
It started
essentially
at home. Right.
Exactly. Black made that word.
I love that. But yeah, so shout out Griot B. Go purchase that. Or go stream it. Like, get him in his money. Give him his things. Let's get into some current.
He spelled his name like Merlot.
Yeah, Griot. Griot B. The
Fancy.
Griot B. But super super dope. Tom Brady. Let's talk about this flag on the play. So
Don't worry, Tom. We only giving you this couple of seconds.
look.
Because,
because you're
this
inappropriate.
is a little bit crazy.
Look,
He just lost
right.
the Super Bowl. Don't forget that.
But
Facts.
so I guess he came up with a documentary called Tom versus Time. And there's this clip that came out, last week? Yeah. And basically he's getting a massage and his 11-year-old son walks in and he's basically asking if he can go check his, like, fantasy football standings or whatever it is. Like, then again, I'm like, you remember those days, Ma? Can I go use the computer? Like, guess he came in to go ask. So here's what's funny. Besides the actual kiss, what actually got me a little uncomfortable was the dialogue as well.
Like that too, yeah.
Where, whoop, watch out for the video right there. It's going to be over there.
So
there we go.
You can see it while we say it.
Right.
You feel me?
So basically, Tom responds, "What do I get?" And his son comes over and gives him a short kiss on the lips. Like, okay. Then he basically goes, he was like, that was just a little peck.
Look, we got it right here. Look at that.
Look, where's it? Nope, there it is.
You see it?
And he basically goes, he's like, that's just a little peck. His son returns and kisses him on the lips for like a solid 3 seconds. And social media obviously had feelings about it. The son looked uncomfortable. Like, so what do we have to say about that? Like, kissing your parents' son. He's 11.
Someone called Stabler and Olivia because he's a special victim.
Like, no, it's...
Well,
but I mean, do y'all used to kiss your parents on the lips?
Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. It's just like, I mean, it could be like familiarity, like what you do in your crib. Like, I see people that kiss their little babies on the lips. I think it's wrong to kiss your babies on the lips. Like, people get diseases, herpes and all. People cheat. People do stuff like...
People cheat?
Kiss. No, for real. Like, things like that happen. Like, a parent or something be cheating, you get herpes from your spouse, and then you kissing your kid on the mouth. Like, they're just as acceptable.
under the
I'm
Constitution,
telling you,
You took
marriage.
it kind of far right there.
under the
Look,
Constitution
damn,
of marriage.
The
That
baby's
would
got herpes?
It goes that far. That's a little
Yeah.
extreme, but I just don't think that that's appropriate. Like, the way you show affection to, like, a mate or whatever, your spouse is not the same as a child. I don't think you should kiss a child on the lips. Like, I don't.
I think there's an appropriateness for everything. Like, you know what I mean? I think, maybe through like a certain adolescent age, also, toddler stages, somewhere in between like 6 months to like
He was like
3 to 4 years old.
even.
That's I'm gonna get there. I want to
plays
branch
football.
off there, but somewhere in between like 6 months and like a 3 or 4 year stage. But there's where you're expressing intimacy. I do think that's important. As a parent to install that in a child. Whichever way, you deem fit, appropriately.
I agree, but for me, like
12 years old and on,
because like I used to kiss my dad on the lips, like honestly, and literally, I'll never. It was actually a conversation. I was about maybe 6 or 7, and he was just like, "Okay, so you don't do that with daddy no more." Like I was growing into like a little girl, and I wasn't a baby no more. Like, and literally after that, I'm like, "Okay, I kiss daddy on the cheek now." Like. I don't think the 11 that's too old. It's too old. I'm sorry. I don't think 6 and 7 is too old to be kissing your parents on the lips. Like,
I think that video is wrong. I just don't think you should be kissing your kids on the lips.
And it was so long. That's what it was too. Like, what are you making out with your dad for?
And it's also the way it was aired. Like, I'm really, really, really big like on like propaganda and the way media is like exposed to like the masses and whatnot. Like even the way it was like exposed. Like why are you recording your son kissing you? Like who recorded that?
He was obviously comfortable. He was comfortable.
He was
You
very
know,
comfortable. Yo, let me say this though. I mean, what I feel is like, I'm not gonna sit here and say what someone shouldn't do.
That's
and
exactly what he's about to do.
But
You should not do that.
I was just so like, I was really off put and like just like grossed out by the fact that he was like, all right, the first one was already gross.
Right.
Then he's like,
Come back.
Come
Like
back.
that was just the peck. Yeah,
that's
like,
not good
what
enough.
Are you doing?
Like that's just the peck. Like
That's strange.
That's like
That's
It's
strange.
really
that's
strange.
very strange
And then it's being
to me.
recorded.
That's all I'm gonna say. That was like.
Do you? His wife is just go kiss Giselle.
Not, oh my god, yeah, she's beautiful. She's
Like
beautiful.
your wife
I've
is
never
Giselle.
even kissed my mother in the lips before.
Like,
I don't recall that. It didn't happen in my house.
yeah.
And it's weird to
I'm
me.
just saying.
And like I said, it did happen, but it stopped after. Like I said, a smooth 6 years old.
It happened
like,
to mine as well, but I was young. I was such like I was
Yeah.
such in like an infantile age, like like I was able to separate and differentiate. This is what I should be doing, should not be
Exactly.
doing. Like.
But
It's
yeah,
different.
that was
That's the big kid.
uncomfortable.
That's all
But
I'm
you know
saying.
what? It's funny. They did I think it was one of these news places did a like a survey. They literally took to the streets and was just like, yeah. So how do you feel about yada yada? And literally like I think it was like 75% was like this is completely inappropriate. Like, and then people were just like,
Because
you
it
know what?
is.
It's no. But then some people like that 30% was you got one or two that was just like that's his son. He's raising his family. Leave him alone. There's no, like technically there's no harm done there from what we saw. We're just uncomfortable If
Until
that's
we
what-
found out little Tom was
I'm
getting
done.
fondled 10 years later.
No, right? He
Look,
comes
I
out with a
don't know.
Jerry
book.
Sandusky shit like.
Comes out with a book like age 35. How my daddy touched me.
He would let the coaches come in.
I had to kiss him. Just
What we're not gonna
on the
do, what
computer
we're not
every
gonna
day.
do, is slander this whole man's name right now.
Oh,
All of this
I'm
was
slandering
alleged,
Tom
but
Brady. I got
that
smoke with Tom
kiss was uncomfortable. But let's stay in the football realm. Anybody watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, raise your hand
I saw a
if
piece.
you watch the Super Bowl. All right, how about that? All right.
I saw some of it.
I'm not a
saw
football
some.
person.
I watched the last 4 minutes. Literally. I watched the last couple
I'm not
minutes.
really with the NFL right now. If y'all know what's going on, stay
Yeah.
conscious, stay woke.
I fake boycotted as well, but I mean it's everywhere when you're going around. So I'm like, all right, boom. I made some chili, delivered it to some houses. I literally saw the last 2 minutes, but I am happy the Eagles won. Patriots won. They have enough rings. They're fine.
Here's my thing about the whole Super Bowl, and I mean, of course, like with me, I'm not gonna sit there and like I'm never gonna sit here and watch and like and support something that does not support me or my people. And the NFL has they've shown like blatant disregard and negligence to like to the players and to what they wanted, to black players really,
Right.
and showing that they don't really care to let them say what they want to say. They
I
they
do
won't
believe
sign
it's
Colin
like-
Kaepernick. So me, I'm done with the NFL. I'm washing my hands.
69%.
I'm not done yet. I
black
want Diddy to
or
get this
70.
team.
Not only that, I don't fuck with football altogether because football is just a terrible sport. Like it's just like my father has injuries. He can't move right and stuff.
A lot of them
'cause
end up with
football.
like
My
early
brother-
onset Alzheimer's, and a lot of them end up like
Exactly.
for whatever
My brother
reason beating
has
their wives
migraines
after
to this
years.
day because he played football in college and was a great football
They
player.
be telling you
Like,
bang
it's a
helmets
terrible
and
sport.
hit them and
Yeah.
take them out. There was a show. I don't know if you guys saw it on Netflix. I used to watch it a lot. I was a big fan. It's called like Little Tykes or something like that.
Yeah,
And it's basically
yeah.
these little kids. They follow like 6 teams in Texas, and they take football real serious in Texas. And like they follow the habits and stuff of the coaches, and like these are coaches yelling at like 7 to 12-year-olds, like yo,
Exactly.
crack him in his head, put him down. Like I'm like, what do you? These are kids, and then it becomes something that they're taught when you start playing football when you're older, and you're just like out here hurting each other.
And and then they say, oh well, we teach them how to tackle properly. There's no way that you can tackle properly if you're running full speed and you're trying to like tackle.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
lunging your body at somebody.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like football is, in my opinion, is a terrible sport. So it's coupled with the bad sport, and then like the NFL is a terrible
American football.
terrible
Let's be.
league.
You're right.
Let's
You're
be
right.
politically
American
correct.
football.
American football, not football.
Yes.
Football. You feel me?
Yes.
Exactly. But y'all seen the? So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say like the ad too. Like there was a bunch of controversy with.
Oh wait,
football
yeah.
ads.
Okay, yeah. So wait there. We're gonna
You
get
know
this.
what I'm
Gonna get
saying?
there.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about the game real quick. Philadelphia Eagles won. It was 41-33. A lot of people were excited. Did y'all? There was a whole bunch. Let me just get.
Yo,
this
they had the schools shut down. In
I didn't know
Delaware,
that.
And like this shit
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
I heard
Yo.
about
This is
that
why I
too,
also don't
yeah.
fuck with NFL. Like, cause people are like brainwashed.
What they
It's-
shut 'em
it's
down
kinda
for,
like,
though?
Because they had on Thursday was the Super Bowl parade.
Oh, okay.
So like they
So
just
they
they
shut it down
shut
so they
down
can
the
go?
schools in Philadelphia and a lot of them in Delaware as well, and like other areas that are like neighboring because people just were like leaving work and
Oh,
like
wow.
that shows you how much people like don't care about
Bro.
what's important. Like your kids are not getting educated. Like, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
My mother would have had me home writing
like,
a book report on the Black history
like,
of football.
There's
I just still have to do work.
They had babies outside in the freezing weather, like, at this damn parade. You know, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's
like,
ridiculous out there, bro. Like, they greased the poles. They greased the light poles so people wouldn't climb up the light poles. Like, these people are literally destroying and burning their city to the ground. Like,
let's get to that
because they freaking won the Super Bowl.
We have video of that. We have video of that, and like it's crazy how, like, you know what I'm saying, there people are, you know, people's eating literal shit.
Look at
like,
the video. It's right here.
Flipping
It's
cars
a little
and shit
dark,
like
but if
that.
y'all look at it, they
you know what I'm
sitting
saying?
there burning down the city.
Exactly, yo, it's ridiculous. But like, no one's talking about the rioting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No one's talking about the shit that they're doing. Like these.
No one's calling them thugs.
No one's calling them thugs. You know what I'm saying? But when you have people who are, you know, peacefully walking down the street like Black Lives Matter or whatever,
Right.
It's funny because even before the actual Super Bowl, when I think they won, what is it, the last 4 games that they play before they get into the Super Bowl?
Look, they're over there
playoffs.
flipping cars and shit. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
the playoffs, right? Somebody took like a dune buggy and literally like rode up the steps of like the fucking
Yeah, I
the
saw
stairs
that. The
of like that Rocky
stairs.
stairs. I'm like,
Exactly,
y'all are
exactly.
fucking wild.
We gotta get
but
the-
we're getting tear gassed for
Yo,
like
like-
saying no justice, no peace, no racist police.
Exactly. I don't understand. Like, look
Really?
at that. Flipping cars. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
completely
I mean, maybe it's
There's a
'cause,
video. Did
like
you
I
see
said,
it?
they
There's
have
a
the
video
complexion for protection.
I
like
think
I
it
always
was.
say.
I think it's
But go
before
ahead.
the Super Bowl. I think it's that last playoff game the Eagles won, and there's this guy running and he's celebrating and watching him from the train, and he literally runs into this pole like
I
full
saw that.
speed,
I
like,
saw that.
I'm like, how, like, you imbecile.
you doing?
Like,
So here's how I feel about this, like, even like in depth, like, and tell me if y'all think I'm over analyzing things.
Yes.
I feel like it's like yes. I feel like the NFL is kind of like the modern day like Coliseum, like gladiator kind of like sport. Where they
am actually with you on that.
Exactly, where they
Yes.
use people basically injuring themselves and like
I agree.
brutality, and they have the
Definitely.
masses
They
like,
glorify that shit.
Exactly, they glorify it and have the masses, you know, basically blind to what's actually happening. Like,
Right.
no one's talking about Philadelphia having dilapidated school structures and kids being shot and shit like that. But people are like, so many people are out here in the street hyped for this fucking, sorry for cursing, but this fucking parade and shit. Like, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all don't have the same vigor and the same intensity to fix your neighborhood and to fix your community
Right.
and raise your children. But y'all care about the fucking Eagles.
Facts.
Y'all don't get paid
But
off
you know
the
what's so
Eagles.
funny?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's ridiculous.
There's a part of our society. I feel like since the beginning of time, there's always been some type of sport. Like, I will say, like, the society needs some type of camaraderie that can kind of bring everybody together. Even if we are on separate teams, it is needed. But I completely hear what you're saying in the sense of that. Like, I don't think it's just to get rid of sports, to get rid of, like, football. And that's not what you were saying at all. But we kind of need that.
Yes, it was.
It's a way to, look, it's kind of a way to just, like, we need something to get that energy out on. It's funny. I actually did I read a paper about this when I was in school studying about the psychology of sports, and it's literally a thing. Like, humans need something to kind of team up on, because basically the essence of the paper, and I can't remember who wrote it, but the essence of the paper is like, without certain sports, the society will be a lot more violent, or the society will be a lot more like, we need something to stick to.
Like, to take that competitive edge
Right,
off.
we need something like that as a society, because that kind of was not the sole purpose of the Coliseum and things like that, but even the Olympics have been going on forever as well. You can swim, you can do a whole bunch. Like, we
do
need
have to
something to
remember-
root for.
We're competitive creatures by nature.
Okay. I mean, I do agree with that. What I would say with that is that we do have to be weary of something called escapism, where you're escaping reality and now you're forgetting the task at hand, which is what happens a lot of times when like the people in power, they do to us. Like, they'll put stuff, they'll dangle carrots in front of us, you know, and we'll see a bunch of people who are getting rich over something, and we're all cheering, but nothing's happening for the masses.
Right.
And I do agree. Like, of course, we need to have, you know, sports, we need to have,
LeBron
you know,
James.
outlets, but like I said, but we do have to be wary about what was going on.
It's true.
In my opinion.
But touching back, a lot of celebrities were excited about this. First of all, can we just shout out Will Smith real quick? I love that he has an Instagram now.
Yo.
That is one of the best things that has happened to
Like,
Instagram.
we can
like,
see like
the
how he
internet.
living now.
since
Yeah,
like that swipe left. Like, I love him on this. Did you see his like
Facts.
setup for it? Like,
For which one?
you know, for like when he was setting up to watch it.
Yes, I did.
His
For the
whole
Eagles.
video,
He
like
put his
little.
slippers- he got his
He
little
got
bag.
all eagled out. It was so fucking
Oh
funny.
yeah, I seen that one.
And then Kevin Hart was mad hype. Did y'all see Kevin Hart get deaded to go on the stage?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
He said, "But
shit
these
was
He
so
looked like he
funny.
was like struggling getting through the crowd.
They were like, he was like, I know who you are. You can't get on the stage. You're not on the team. Like, and you just see him like,
Gotta take that L though.
He was lit.
like, oh, dude. Then I think he cursed during one of the interviews. He was like, yeah, because I'm so happy in my fucking city. And he said, I'm so sorry, and just put the mic down and walked away. And it's live TV.
But that's how you celebrate the Eagles winning, okay?
No,
Get
it
a little
was
drunk, That's it.
Yo, I wanted
Yo.
the Eagles to lose so bad though.
Why?
And I'm from New York and I hate the Patriots.
Black marble in
but
the-
I
in the-
did
in the
not
Bronx.
exactly. I wanted everyone in Philadelphia to be upset that the Eagles lost.
Why?
Because I live in that area. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to, because listen, my
They
like,
deserve. The
everywhere I
Patriots
live
have
at,
so many rings, bro.
man.
They
Honestly,
deserve
yo,
that.
here was what I wanted to say, and this is fucked up. But I wanted the Eagles to lose by 2 points, and I wanted the Patriots to win, but Tom Brady to get injured and like never play again.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to say.
I like that. I'd have taken that.
Some game plan, huh?
I mean, I'm from New York, so I don't like the Patriots at all. You feel me?
Y'all
So-
know they're gonna win the Super Bowl next year, right?
with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I don't think the man needed to be injured and never be able to play.
No, I
Granted,
think-
he's a little old now. What is he, like 30?
I think that's
He's
it.
40 something.
He's 40.
I
He's
think
old
that's
enough
it.
to still cash the check. Look, that's
I
exactly
think
what
that's
he's
it for the
doing.
Patriots. I think their reign, their dynasties. That's it.
I'm
Like
surprised they lost though, because I was like, sure, like we got Donald Trump in office, like they're gonna do something to make the Patriots.
Do you know what's so funny?
win.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause I know
but
he
it
was
was
for
not
him.
gonna front.
It was
I
a
sure they were
surprisingly,
gonna win.
like-
yeah, I'm surprised. So
Look.
hats off to the Eagles fans.
he was watching
They
that
were
game
just
like
happy that most
these
of them
niggas
stood for
about
the
to
national
win.
anthem. That's what they
Hello.
wanted.
But I better
Hello?
But yo, I better see y'all Eagles fans. You know what I'm saying? In y'all community, like y'all was all hyped for the damn Super Bowl. How about that though?
Clean it up.
Real quick, I did feel bad though. Meek Mill apparently came out with some shit like a little PSA about the Eagles and how proud of he was, how proud he was of them and whatnot. Like there was a meme that was on some like what it said. It said Philadelphia, we either win the Super Bowl or we let Meek out. It's one or the other, and I guess they made their choice. And then somebody commented,
Listen.
Meek been in jail a couple times. Like, we need this win.
It's messed up, man. Messed up.
Meek,
like,
Meek
aw.
ain't getting out of jail.
You don't
That's
think
crazy.
so?
Yeah, I mean maybe eventually, but the system got him real fucked up.
I heard what's so
think
crazy
he's
is
gonna be in
every
for his 2 years, right?
Like
It's 2 or something like
I
that.
think it's crazy. Like his judge got him real fucked up in the
No,
game.
here's what's so
like,
funny. I heard she came back out and she was like, it was the time that he served was actually suggested by his parole officer. So it was
That's
actually more so
nonsense.
people on his side. It wasn't necessarily the judge. She was like, this
I
is
don't
what was
believe
suggested.
I don't believe nothing nobody tell me. I believe it was obvious and blatant.
Like Hov
It's
said,
fucked
man,
up, though.
believe half of
Like,
what you hear,
you-
not
Oh,
what
it's
you
oh, it's
see.
oh, it's not obvious. And
Yeah, I'm
blatant,
saying- Half of
what you
know
see and
what
none
I'm
of what you
saying?
hear.
Yeah,
Right.
something like that.
This man makes this man makes millions of dollars and he really don't cause no trouble. Like for
Yeah.
his initial arrest for his violation was for being on a dirt bike, bro.
Literally.
I mean, that might
fucked up.
not be the whole truth, but like from what is understood, that's what happened. So like, why are you making my man's life so hard? And it's like because he was on parole. Like, come on, son.
Free Meek.
He's not actually out
Right.
here shooting nobody, causing
Right.
crimes. That's like you gonna lock him up, and then all his people gonna go back to robbing people.
Free Meek, but keep them whack ass mixtapes to yourself though.
Wow.
Meek Mill's is
Free Meek, lock up
mad
the
trash.
mixtapes.
Oh, exactly. I don't need no Flavors 9. You feel me?
I like
don't
Meek.
need
I
that.
just don't I can't listen to too much Meek.
rolling on my wrist. But what?
Just
What's
go.
up though?
You better
All
go. I'm sorry. I caught you off the corner of my eye. Okay, Kamal's wife is over here studying. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I literally just caught out the side of my Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like
Excuse me.
You gotta get you a woman
Like
that's smarter than you, man.
That's it.
Facts.
Shoot.
Always.
Real quick, did anybody catch the halftime show?
No.
Okay, so
I think it was the Timberwood guy.
Yeah,
Justin Timberlake, yeah. How did y'all
Timberlake.
think? I didn't see it. Like I said, I didn't watch the show. I watched the clip after.
He sang, he danced.
How was the reviews though?
I thought I had a really strong opinion about it as to why they even chose him to begin with because it just didn't make any sense to me.
Speak
but
on it, sister.
Could back up. Just you gotta talk this way.
because it just didn't make any sense to me. But then I was just like, okay, they might have chosen him just because it was going to be remnant of the Janet Jackson incident. So maybe it was like a publicity
know.
thing.
For me,
you know
okay.
initially what I thought, what I thought it might be, but it wasn't.
Here's the thing.
Good.
Justin Timberlake has hits. That is undeniable. He has hits. He does.
He does.
My thing is, though, that performance was not the best. Even me watching. Now, I was waiting for him to pull a Beyonce and bring out NSYNC. Had Justin brought NSYNC back out, niggas would have went crazy.
Here's my thing though, because wasn't this like a Prince tribute as well?
Yes.
It
Fuck
was-
with
it
Justin
was
Timberlake.
whack.
Like
That's
he
what
literally
right.
didn't like him.
I
And,
heard
like,
that there was rumors
so-
of they were trying to be a hologram.
And also Prince don't fuck with.
Yeah, and he
holograms.
said he specifically didn't want it. I think
So-
Sheila E. reached
I'm
out
the
to
real
Justin.
thing.
Literally, no. Sheila E. reached out to Justin. Was
Yeah,
like
right.
he never liked that. Like he thought it was like some demonic shit actually. And he was
He
like,
didn't like
no, let's
him, I
not.
heard. I heard,
do
like-
it. I didn't hear about that though. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so word on the street is that like the song "Sexy Back," you know what I'm saying? Word on the
Okay.
street, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a line or two that like he's actually taking shots at Prince.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I've
You
heard
know
of
what I'm
that.
saying?
I heard that as well.
So
yes.
yeah, like Prince,
gotta
like
listen again.
yeah, I mean allegedly like Prince is like not like Justin Timberlake. So
Oh well.
but like but we see a recurring theme of how like they kind of like after our leaders or like our stars pass away, people who are not of the community, they kind of like take hold of their legacy and they control the narrative, the narrative of the legacy.
Right.
Like when they had Christina Aguilera sing that damn Whitney tribute.
Right. Whitney Houston was exactly the person I was gonna mention.
Like Deborah Cox ain't sitting right there with all the vocals and all the notes right in her pocket. Who told you to get Christina? Sorry, I'm sidetracking, but yeah,
exactly.
I hear what you're saying. Like
The NFL don't like black folks. They don't want them performing. Like Kendrick Lamar is having the most like amazing like 2-3 years, my G.
Yeah.
Like he's out here killing it.
I don't think Kendrick would perform at the Super Bowl though.
I don't think
he
he
would.
Tight
I don't think he would.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would.
You
But
know
I
what?
would- that would be it would be tough though if he did. He would kill it.
You know what? It all makes sense, I guess, because I don't know. Lady Gaga, somebody.
Lady
Okay.
Gaga's was good.
She's lit.
Lady
Like,
Gaga's was good.
like honestly, I'm not even a fan of her music, but like she's from Yonkers. And
Facts.
she's just
Why
like,
you're-
she's just like lit. Like she's just the best. Like
And
I
she's a
can't
great
hate
block,
you
D
can't
block,
hate on
D block.
can't
She
hate
had
on
a good show. She actually did
Yeah.
have a good show.
Can't hate on her.
I'm just saying, like Justin Timberlake is past his prime as far as like I will go to a Justin Timberlake show to see him perform like his older songs or whatever. Like I will. Like I'm a Justin Timberlake
he's a
fan.
good vocalist. I'll give him
Exactly.
that.
And he's
As
a great
vocalist,
performer.
He's
But
a
like,
good vocalist.
don't nobody want to see him perform his new songs for his album that just dropped 2 days ago, The Man in the Woods? Like nobody knows, and it might have good songs,
He
but
did
nobody's
some old
heard
ones
it.
too. But
He
yeah, it
did,
just
but
wasn't a
it
good
still
collection.
Nobody wants
of,
to hear
yeah.
old Justin. Like when there's
Relevant.
all these other new, like in this day and age when everything is coming out every day, like nobody wants to hear Justin Timberlake. The last time he was really in the limelight was like 2005.
Nah,
That's
I
not
mean,
true.
nah,
No,
he had that
his
song
last
with,
album was great.
I didn't hear it.
It's
Well,
not
It
that
was
What's
great.
his last album?
the
2020 Experience.
it was
Is that
That's the
one
one with
Jay-Z?
Mirrors. That's the one with Jay-Z.
The song?
And that's the one with Mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
That album was phenomenal.
It was a
Mirrors
good album. It was
okay.
still like 5 years ago. My point
Mirrors
being,
was really
nobody
good.
wants to see
College
Justin
now,
Timberlake perform
Right.
at the freaking Super Bowl. Like he can't move like he used to.
Like I said, had he brought back
you
NSYNC.
or even Janet, had Janet had covered nipples and came back out with it.
Oh no, she wouldn't do that. Did y'all hear that? They said
Everybody
Super Bowl
does
Sunday
that.
was Janet Appreciation Day. Janet
That
Jackson
would've-
Appreciation
yes.
Day. Yeah.
I really think
Definite.
I think they probably tried to get a lot of great performers to do it, but I think a lot of people were in opposition to the stance with the thing. Like they're doing my son Colin Kaepernick dirty. Sidebar, I wanted to bring it up earlier when we was talking about football. Did you see the statement about what Vince McMahon said as far as like people joining the XFL if he brings that back?
What?
Like he was like the guy asked him a question. He was like, how do you feel about people like Colin Kaepernick, Tim Tebow and what's the one, the Browns? He was on the Browns.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
No,
sorry.
I know it's like a guy. No, I don't know his
I'm
name.
sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What's the XFL?
So it's like the NFL, but like not as
Look how
good.
happy you got. He just went through
what?
nostalgia back in the
Not,
day.
not
I
as
don't know what it
popular.
is.
Like it's like a professional football league, but it's not like as big as the NFL.
It's like
it
Oh,
was
so
XFL.
they don't
for, like,
they wouldn't do
yeah.
like the Super Bowl or anything like that.
It's like a whole different league.
Okay.
A whole different league. They had
It's
one
like they got
season,
Canadian
like,
football.
2001 or some
Okay.
shit like that. It was like a while ago.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
And
I
it's
just
and it's
didn't know.
founded by the guy who does the WWE.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vince McMahon. But like he was basically saying like Colin Kaepernick wouldn't be able to play. He was like people who
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like people who have infractions with the law. You know how white people make shit sound. He's like people who mess around with the law and don't abide by the rules or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing big guy, so don't super quote me, but that's along the lines he said. He was like he definitely said Colin Kaepernick couldn't play.
See,
Like,
now he fucked up because honestly,
no, you know what he did?
You
He
know
did.
what's so funny with the Colin Kaepernick thing? Because it's an insult now. In like 20, 30 years, they're going to have a statue of him somewhere in front of a library.
like they weren't
Yeah.
slaying him the whole time.
It's
Like,
ridiculous. Like he's gonna go down in history like Muhammad Ali, and it's gonna become a mockery of it, and then
Speaking of
celebrate
history-
it.
Speaking
Like
of history,
Speaking of history,
exactly.
I was
Speaking
waiting
of
for my
history.
trigger word.
So very triggered.
Huh?
Now I was very triggered. I don't know if y'all were, but about the MLK Dodge Ram ad. Did y'all see that? So Dodge Ram used Dr. Martin Luther King's speech, to promote one of their new trucks, and I think that was like one of the most disgusting and vile things that they can do because not only is it just this, they have been repeatedly trying to taint and alter MLK's legacy. They always they force feed us and whitewash his
it
legacy
speaks
with
to
like
what you were saying about the white people controlling the narrative.
Exactly. So they give us a very passive and a very I guess friendly version of MLK. And like MLK was not for capitalism. He was not. He was for the people. He was for the middle class. He would never use his speech for
Propaganda.
Exactly. And I know like his family, like they kind of signed off on this,
Right.
But just to give context, his family didn't let the people who made the movie Selma use any of his speeches because they didn't want the money, or the money wasn't good enough. So I guess the Super Bowl ad was good
But
enough
Dodge
money.
had the money.
You feel me?
Right.
So we can't even go off the family. It's just fucked up how like they would use someone who was adamantly against capitalism, adamantly like against
knowingly
brand like this is brand identity. Like they're trying to say like, oh, if you buy my truck, then you're in a likenesses of MLK. Like that's ridiculous. Like I think it's disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie. Before you actually brought it up, I didn't see anything wrong with the commercial.
Most people didn't.
I didn't either.
I
but
didn't think it was.
the concept.
No, I'm not. You explaining it, I'm like, okay, I get it. But I'm like, I didn't think anything was disrespectful about it. But I do on the deeper level of what's going on. I'm like, okay, yeah, I hear that because I'm like, that speech is so much more than a truck. It's so much more than just an American car or whatever that you're trying to push. But I didn't see anything wrong with it when I first saw it. I was just like,
it's a bigger problem because it's washing down. Like you wash a pair of jeans. Like you got jeans, they good. 10 years later, they gonna be faded. Like they faded until you throw the jeans out.
Dilute. You know what I'm saying? And like also like think about it this way, like. They would never like if there was like I can't think of something to my mind, but like someone that's like a Jewish person that was like a civil rights leader, they would never like use his speech to like sell Apple products or some shit like that. Like that would never be something that happened. But they always use black people or black leaders or black black people that
like
we
some
hold
donkey.
Exactly.
Right.
Like we're gonna use him for a cash cow, and that's like that's just not. I don't think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I don't watch the fucking NFL. You feel me?
Yeah.
did anybody see any other commercials that were intriguing or that they liked?
I ain't really watched the
I saw it bad stuff. That's all I saw.
I ain't really watched it.
Well, I know y'all saw the Doritos Mountain Dew commercial. With,
no, I didn't see it.
With the dude from it was Morgan Freeman and the
Yes,
dude
when
from
they-
Yeah, that was
thingy.
funny.
That
It
one was
everything.
good.
It
That
was
one was really
everything.
good.
It's like the little midget from
It was everything.
Game of Thrones,
Thrones,
and Morgan
yeah.
Freeman,
And
they
they're,
were
like,
rapping
rapping
Missy Elliott lyrics
and Busta Rhymes.
and
It was
Busta
pretty
Rhymes.
good.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. The Super Bowl has the best commercials.
It
though,
does. Yeah, it does.
by
They
far,
used to
by
be
far.
so much better.
One of my favorites, though, I like the Tide commercial. I don't know if y'all saw the Tide commercial. And they basically made fun of all the commercials for Super Bowl. So they had the Old Spice nigga in the Tide commercial, bro. That's what got me because I thought they switched it. So basically they were like, is this a car ad? No. Yada, yada, yada. And it's like, they went through like a whole bunch of other, they had like horses for like Budweiser. And then they're like about the third commercial and they're like, this is a Tide commercial. And you recognize all these niggas' shirts is clean as fuck. They're clean as shit.
Crazy.
And then they end it with the dude from Old Spice on the horse. And they're like, nope, still a Tide commercial. And the dude is in the back. And the nigga from Old Spice just like, yeah, they got me. Like they came with that check. Like the black dude that's always on the Old Spice
That's
commercial.
funny. See, that's
That one was
Shout
really
out to
good.
him because he's getting his check. He's supporting
Yeah.
the NFL, but you know, man,
probably takes like 2 hours of his day.
Okay.
Get, like a couple M's. You feel me?
Man.
couple M's. Yeah,
Cannot
he
the hustle.
definitely made a couple M's.
That,
It's the Super Bowl.
I think that's the one that stuck. Those are the two that stuck out to me.
Prime
most.
time, white time,
You're annoying.
I'm done.
and like NASCAR.
Oh, and the Alexa commercial.
Yeah,
The
Cardi.
Alexa commercial was
Cardi
really
B.
good.
I support anything Cardi B's in.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but definitely Cardi B.
That one was good. With the Alexa lost her voice, you had to have seen it on social media. By
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yes.
With Gordon Ramsay and everybody.
Yes,
I
yes.
did see that. That was
It's a
hilarious.
That one was
cheese.
funny.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I did
That's
see it.
good.
I did see it. I did.
That one was really good. Not for nothing. They were talking about on the read the other day. They were like, if they actually did that and like put different voices, I wouldn't mind. Like
That
if I had, mommy has
they
Alexa.
they can't afford that.
Like
That was
They
Yeah.
might make
dope.
more money if they did that though.
That's
People
probably
would
the
Honestly,
next
definitely
move.
get
I
it
want to
from
be
that.
if
good
that's
idea.
like the next marketing.
But people have
strategy.
done that. Like Snoop Dogg came out with like a GPS that had
They
like
do
his
it.
voice.
Yeah,
on
Morgan
it.
Hey, yo,
Freeman
cuz,
did it as well.
Make a left.
For no, it was for I think Waze, the GPS system Waze. They had Morgan Freeman's voice was definitely on it, and I forgot somebody else. Shout out to Waze because
You're gonna go down to the dirt road, and you're gonna make a left where it gets dusty.
About 50 paces. That's hilarious.
And then you're gonna make 12 fathoms, right?
I'm done.
That's fine.
But
That's crazy.
yeah. So and Super Bowl, I think Super Bowl 2018, we all kind of just bypassed it. Like, all right, whatever. Oh, one quick thing I did want to bring up.
What's that?
Bruno Mars tweeted next year the Super Bowl is going to be held in Atlanta. And Bruno Mars basically tweeted like, I think this is the perfect time for niggas to actually pay homage to hip hop in Atlanta. They was like, there's no reason there should be anybody else other than a hip hop artist from Atlanta
Okay.
on the halftime show.
They're gonna have Garth Brooks.
Outkast
No, they're
would
not.
be
It's gonna
great.
be. It's
That's
gonna
what
be
he
Garth
said.
Brooks.
Outkast
He
would
said
be
Outkast.
great.
He said T.I. He said Ludacris. He said like, let me see if I can find
Ludacris
the
is
tweet.
my
Bro.
guy, yo. People
can
be
do a
sleeping
medley.
because he's
I
out here
bet
getting
you know
his
you
money,
could do-
this movie money. But Luda got like
You could do a
platinum.
Unless you
medley.
want to bet you have
Outkast
somebody
would
that
be
does
really great. The
country
Outkast
music,
has
I
some
guarantee.
hits.
It's gonna be like Garth
That's
Brooks.
exactly what I just said.
Oh no.
Exactly.
No, he put like a whole list of like, I think he even said Mobb Deep. Like he was
Bust
like, you
out
can
with
make it
Miss
a medley.
Jackson.
Make it a medley of no, he said Jermaine Dupri. He said if you put Jermaine Dupri,
Yeah,
Jermaine Dupri can
Jermaine
get all of those people. Jermaine Dupri can get Usher. He can get like literally whoever, like from Atlanta that he's
That'd
brought
be
out.
There's
dope.
no way
That
it's
would be
gonna
really dope.
I would love that. There's no, but
Cut the
Bruno's
check.
point. No, Bruno's point was there's no reason why it shouldn't be. Like,
I'll tell you one reason why it won't happen.
Because
oh my god.
I'll tell you one reason why it won't happen.
But I'm like, that would be dope. Like
So you
JD.
need-
See, the
Yeah.
problem
He's getting
is
everybody.
like, the problem is like with the NFL, their biggest in their eyes, their biggest constituents are like middle America, like white people who like mayonnaise and
Football.
bread and
All right.
Man,
And
it's
these
stuff like
couches,
that. Like,
couches that lean back and
who-
recline.
Who think Doritos are spicy? Like you can't. Like,
Who
you're
thinks
not
Doritos?
gonna have.
Hold on, don't bypass that. You said people who think Doritos are spicy. Wow.
So there's no way they're gonna have Outkast and Jermaine Dupri on the damn Super Bowl. Like it's not happening. Like
They could.
have you seen the stuff Andre wears?
No, for real. They might think it's right. Didn't somebody say they're supposedly beefing? Andre and
Three
Oh, Big
Stacks.
Boy?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that. No. Nope.
No.
Never. But that's what they're saying. Next year it's supposed to be in Atlanta, so that'd be the perfect time.
Who?
No, he probably did
I
a
don't
music
think so.
video that looked
I
like
gotta
the
look
Super
that
Bowl.
up.
Yeah.
I forget.
No. It was the video. It was the video. The damn bombs over Baghdad.
Okay, yeah. They didn't do the Super Bowl though.
Facts.
But that would be lit. That would be so lit. Yeah, right.
Exactly. Now, listen. If
The one
I'm
that
wrong,
wasn't
yo, if
televised.
I'm wrong and they had that, I'm not gonna lie. I watch it. I watched the whole game. You feel me?
Excuse me. Not for nothing. I'm sorry. So let's just count them down real quick. Best halftime shows. Let's jump back into that real quick. MJ. Excuse me. I don't know if y'all saw that circling around as well, where Michael Jackson basically he was talking to the stage producers and he was like, "Look, I want to be in control of the show." He said, "You start the music when I take my glasses off." This man was on the stage,
stood there for like
looking
60
to the left and the
seconds.
right for 4 minutes. Everybody's screaming, fainting, going crazy.
The guys literally,
Michael
like
Jackson
the producers,
is sitting
like
there just like this.
he's like, "Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael." He said, "Don't cue it until I take off my glasses."
It was literally like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. No, I'm serious. Y'all gotta look at it. Was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This man is sitting there. The crowd is crazy. And then he took his glasses off. Crazy, killed it.
Nah, Mike is the man though. Like,
He's been the man.
goat.
he really
The
set the
GOAT.
stage for like I seen that same video.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the same video. Excuse me. He set the plateau for like Super Bowl performances. The NFL was literally like falling under in their
Yeah,
ratings
and
and
he
stuff,
brought
and
them
they was
right
like,
back.
"Yo, we need a way to get people to watch. Who's like the biggest superstar we can get?" And at the time, of
Jackson.
course, Michael Jackson.
Man, oh, man.
But he was like, "Yo, I need
Right,
full
rest in
control.
peace.
I need full control. I'm gonna take off my glasses and then."
No, literally.
You cue it.
And I'm so sorry. I always tell people, like, I don't think I would get really starstruck by anyone but like two people. Queen B, yes, Beyonce. I don't think I would do nothing crazy,
I'm
but
not-
I'd be like,
Beyonce is
let
not
me finish.
starstrucking me.
Let me finish. I didn't say y'all. I
Whitney
said me.
Houston and Michael Jackson.
I said me. Whitney Houston might be a little high when I saw her, but either way, R.I.P. Excuse me. I said me. I might be starstruck by two people. One is Beyonce. I'm sorry. I'm just such a fan of her work. Michael Jackson, I might have been one of them bitches in the front fainting for no reason. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm
not-
looking at that man like, oh my God.
I'm not a fainter because I ain't pay all this money to be in front at a Michael Jackson concert to fucking faint. But I
no,
definitely,
he would have. I got the hype, bro. I got the hype.
I get
Like,
excited
did.
for anybody's music that I enjoy. Like I'll be at an Outkast concert, but if I see like Michael
Michael
Jackson, I'd
V.
be like,
Jackson,
"Oh my god,
Michael fucking
No,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson can
I
have
can't.
it.
Yo, I'm
What?
trying to think like who would I be
can have
starstruck
it.
if I seen in person? Like
No, you would be. You say
Fucking
that. I'm
Nefertiti.
telling you, you would be.
No,
and you might
Michael
maybe so because he's so
Jackson.
humble. He's such a humble
Yes.
guy. He's such a humble guy.
I'm not gonna front
I
me.
say it like I know him. Like I knew him.
I saw him.
Like, I knew
know.
Kamal would have to see like God.
think.
He'd be like,
Black Jesus. Black Jesus. I knew it. I knew it,
Out
son.
the grave.
no, if I saw Jesus, I don't think I would be. I wouldn't be super impressed. I don't think so. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Who you
You're
need to
ungrateful.
see? Who you
You're
need to see?
ungrateful. The above me,
Who
you're
you need to
ungrateful.
see? Malcolm, Muhammad Ali. Who you need to see?
I'm trying to think. Who could I?
Harriet.
I saw him. Harriet.
That's who you need. You need Harriet. You need Harriet.
You need some saving.
It's Harriet.
That's serious.
If he saw Harriet Tubman, that would do it.
Man.
I really believe it.
Maybe.
That's a good question.
I
Who y'all
believe
get
it.
starstruck by?
I believe it.
Who you, like for Anthony, if you saw somebody like famous, like
Who would you think would like have you stop in your tracks? Like, oh shit.
I've seen famous people.
I bet.
Anthony saw Lala at the
Here's
Garden.
one
He saw
person-
Lala and Carmelo at the Garden.
Go rap, because this
A
happened in
couple
real
of
life.
people at the Garden. I saw Spike Lee. I'm not a starstruck guy. Like this man,
Me
I
neither.
saw.
But no, like if
I
you be
was
in like
shook.
close
Hold on,
proximity.
Yeah, I was shook. It's happened in real life. I saw Sheik Luch in person. That nigga scared the fuck out of me. I'm not even going front.
Nah, Sheik Luch is
I'm
a
not-
big
I'm not even
scary
going front.
dude.
I was like 16. We was in Planet Pizza.
I was with you.
You was
Wow.
with me. Yo, son, like I'm like, who
This nigga
is
bending down to get
Yo,
in the
'cause know
door.
why? Because I was mad reckless. Who's this big ass fucking D-block jacket on? This nigga turned around. I was like, oh shit, that's Sheik Luch. Like this nigga like 6'9", like that nigga big as fuck, man. So
And he's like a stocky dude.
yeah, that nigga was mad scary.
I don't know. I don't really get starstruck. I saw. You know who's really pretty in person? It was one of the Hadid sisters.
Bella, you told me
She's
about
gorgeous.
Yeah, Bella,
She's
she is
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Like gorgeous. And her friend, the black girl, my baby mom's one of them.
that. Oh,
Something Sky.
not Justine Sky.
Justine Sky. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's beautiful in person.
She is.
maybe if I saw like if I met Nas, I would be starstruck.
Funny
There you go.
story.
That's who I'd be starstruck if I met.
My
think
friend
Nas-
saw
What's
Nas.
good? What's
My
good,
friend saw
young
Nas a
blood?
couple weeks ago in
I mean,
Ilgrilton
like-
by accident.
And really,
Vanessa, mind you, I have a friend, shout out Vanessa,
Alright,
she's a
brother.
flight attendant. So, you know his restaurant, Sweet Trick. They have one in New York. It's actually really good. They have like chicken and waffles. And
Who are we talking about?
Nas.
Nah.
Sweet
Okay.
chick.
Yeah, he has a restaurant, Sweet Chick. I've been there. It's very small and quaint, but super popping. Like literally, you go there, there's a line, and it's like it's a
When we
small
say
restaurant.
fanned out, all right, I would say fan. I'll be fanned out. I'll be like, yo, what's up? Yo, I'm a big
But wait.
fan. Da, da, da.
So she's
That's
coming
all
out the
I'm
bathroom. She said like she went to Sweet Chick or whatever. She was coming out the bathroom and she's basically like there was like a group of dudes and not for nothing. She said, you know, you're a woman, you're walking by yourself. You see a group of dudes. She's like that guard is already up. Like don't talk to me. Bye. Like whatever it is. Long story short, I guess like he must have accidentally brushed past her. She was like rushing to hurry up and get by the group of dudes. He brushed past her and she was like, ugh. And then she went. She's like that nigga looked a lot like Nas. Goes back to the table. This bitch ill girl Nas. And he didn't even say nothing, but she was just like, she literally just saw a group of like, unfortunately, like black guys, and she was just like, the fence is up. I'm by myself. Let me get to my table. I don't want to be talked to.
I can't wait to wave
And
off
like
some
ill girl
stank ass
Nas.
bitch.
She told me that literally like 2 days ago,
Much like Jay-Z.
and I was like, girl, Nas.
Jay-Z
And she
much
said,
like
as she was
Nah,
walking, she was like,
fucking
it
Dave
looks
Chappelle
like he looks
mush.
a lot like.
I think Prince probably would have did it for me too.
Prince would've did it for me
Him
too,
and
yeah.
his vest, and those curls. That probably, I'm not gonna lie to you. That probably would have did it, and not even like sexually. It just,
Yeah,
I
it's
just
just like,
think
wow,
he
it's
is
your
just,
royalty.
he's
I
just
can't.
awesome. He
Yeah.
had a video butt naked. Like who was doing videos butt naked?
He did a halftime
like-
show as well too that apparently tore down the house. He
love
also
him.
did. They said he performed Purple Rain in the rain.
Prince, I love
You know
so
why
much.
Prince is amazing? Because Prince cannot sing. I don't care what anybody
Can
says to
you, can
me.
you
agree
strike
with
the
that.
I
ice
don't
off your
care.
heart? Prince
There's
ain't
no
do
ice.
nothing to you.
He's a great performer. He's
ain't
done
do
great
nothing
things
to
for
you.
music.
Hot take.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
he did his
Right.
whole.
Prince can't
He ain't do
sing.
nothing to you.
He freaking did his thing with the androgynous look. You know what I'm saying?
He's an icon.
His music can't
But,
even
like-
be
Yo, you hear
duplicated.
this?
Prince's music can't even be
Said Prince.
duplicated.
I understand.
No one can duplicate his
Prince
music.
is dope.
played-
Prince
yeah,
is dope
everything
because
was
he
on his-
exactly.
No one can
Right.
duplicate it.
He
played
owns
like
all his
7
stuff. He made
instruments.
all his own music. He was very talented.
Okay, I'm about to
Prince
set the
could
record straight. Hold on.
not
Let me put-
vocalize.
Let me cut my bottle because you're not gonna do this.
Damn,
You're not
yo.
gonna do this.
She got offended. Go
First
ahead.
of all-
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That's the first time I heard in my life that someone said Prince can't sing. I never heard it before.
He wrote like almost all of his
Unpopular
music. He
opinion.
played like 7 different instruments. He most of his music was performed
Now
live.
tell me,
He
how does that
sung
come back with
live,
what I said?
And he was performing in an era where I don't whoever follows Prince, because
It
I
was
follow
mad
Prince. I don't
competitive.
know who does follow Prince, but I did. His style of like dressing and everything like that, he was doing it in an era where it was completely ridiculed. Like he
Listen.
kind of bridged that gap in between like feminism and masculinity in between in clothes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Singing with a banjo.
With a banjo.
With a damn banjo. Come on.
Are you done?
The nigga's wet.
Listen.
I'm tired.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
We ain't gonna
I'm
have
not
it.
arguing any of that. Prince could play mad instruments. He created all his own music. I think that's amazing. Prince's voice did not sound good. Like,
When's the last time
What,
you went to
what,
a
is,
Prince
what does
concert?
Prince call his fans? Purple raindrops? What are
When's the
they?
last time
Come
you
get
went to a
them.
Prince
They're gonna rain
concert?
on you.
listen.
Oh.
I've never been to a Prince concert, but I've never been to a Whitney Houston concert, and I know
True.
she can sing.
Yo, hold
you know
on,
what?
hold on. To his defense,
To my defense,
I heard Little Mo in concert, and she could fucking sing.
Little Mo,
Oh,
everyone knows
yes.
Little Mo can sing.
So
You didn't know that?
could sing-
I'm not saying
No,
Prince
I'm not
isn't great.
saying that.
He's
But could he
phenomenal.
sing like
He's a
Lil Mo could sing,
phenomenal
though?
like
You know what?
everything but
Y'all not gonna do
vocalist.
this to
It's
Prince.
all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm here with you.
This
No.
is coming from a person
Prince
that
is
said
rolling in his
Beyonce's
grave
not
right
a
now.
vocalist.
He's
Like,
rolling in his
Well, you know what? Let's touch on that because
Wait,
that is
what?
true.
Wait, what?
He said this is coming from a person that thinks Beyonce's not a vocalist.
and I'm not disagreeing.
Beyonce's not a
You
vocalist?
said Beyonce's not a vocalist.
Let me put this down.
I'm gonna say
he's acting up because you're acting up
you
on his
have
air.
had some words.
You're acting
You
up
have
on his
had
air.
words about the Queen.
Here's what I'm saying.
She's a
Beyonce
beehive
is an
slanderer.
entertainer. She's an entertainer. There
She
is
is.
no one who can take her accolades, her performing accolades, or anything she's done
But she
musically.
can't sing
Talking
better
to
than
the
Lil
mic.
Mo.
Anything she's
Talking to
done
the mic.
musically or anything she's done, no one can take that away from her.
Who
What
sings
I'm
better,
saying
Prince or
is-
Beyonce?
What I'm saying is
You can't do
Beyonce
that.
is not
I
up there
can
with
too.
Whitney
I can
Houston,
do
and we
whatever I
can
want.
argue. We can argue, and if I had a hotline, I would tell all of y'all to call up. We can argue. Beyonce is not up there with Whitney Houston.
Yo, everybody comment
That's it.
below. Let us
That's
know
it.
But is she
about
up
that.
there
That's
with
it.
Prince?
That's
Is
it.
she-
That's
listen,
it.
Vocally,
And now, if
vocally,
we're talking
vocally.
about performances wise,
We're not
Beyonce, I'll
talking
give you
about
that.
performances.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm.
ain't say nothing about the performance.
Okay, so I'm sticking to that. I said we can argue. I'm sticking
That
to
just-
that.
Beyonce is the songbird of our generation.
Listen, women have no
I
personal
never
accountability.
Said she could not
Our
sing.
generation.
I said she is not up there with Whitney Houston. That's
Yo,
what I said.
Here's my thing right now.
That's what I said.
Women really love Beyonce. Like,
Everybody
That's
loves
what I said.
Beyonce.
No. Time out.
I love
A
Beyonce.
little bit too high.
Time out. We're not going to veer off topic.
Yeah, let's
okay?
let's save that. That could be a let's argue topic for
I
next
want
week.
to. I want to know who you think sounds better, like vocally, Beyonce or Prince.
I'm going with Prince.
All right.
I don't want to pick. I'm not choosing.
I'm going with Prince.
I'm not choosing.
And you want to know why? And I'm sorry because unfortunately people paved the way. There wouldn't be a Beyonce without a Prince. I'm sorry. He's awesome. I'm sorry.
Beyonce can sing the drawers right off of me. But
Honestly, I don't have a dog in this fight. I
That's
don't know.
inappropriate on the air. That's a little inappropriate.
Beyonce can sing
That's my
right.
opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
You entitled,
and
baby.
I am, and I have every right.
Anyway, let's move on a little
I
bit.
don't
Let's
The nerve.
today in white foolishness. This
The
week in
nerve
white
of you.
foolishness. Okay, so I think it was the Today Show. And this archaeologist
my
Josh
God. I'm triggered
Gates.
already. I'm
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Josh Gates, he's the host of the Travel Channel's Expedition Unknown. He appeared on the Today Show, and he
Do we have a
apparently,
video?
I think.
Do
Do we have a video?
Go ahead, there. Go ahead.
I think we do. He basically got exclusive access to the remains of King Tut's mama, Queen Nefertiti. And basically what he did, I said after minimal history research, but apparently he did this extensive research. He basically made
do
a
nothing.
mold of what Nefertiti would have looked like in real life.
You see this shit?
And
Is it up there?
literally this man
Look at this bullshit.
came up with like one of the Desperate Housewives.
So here.
Like,
my
I'm dead serious. From Wisteria Lane with a crown on her head.
So here's the thing, though. He sits there and he's saying like, "Oh, that this is like accurate," and this is
Yes,
oh,
he's like, this is
all
extremely
genetically-
accurate.
This we
they
took
should
her
be
skull.
disgusted.
We
Yes.
took her DNA. But,
They did, like, 3D
they said
mapping or some
nothing
shit.
about the skin, how they came up with the skin color. So that's one thing. But
Bro.
like when you look at it, like if you know about the history of Nefertiti, her mother. Like,
Come on.
Like they have like pictures of her mother or like sculptures. Her mother was like black with a big old afro.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like Tutankhamun, her son was like also like brown skin. Like he looked like he was like Anthony's height. He was a little dude. He was short, but he was brown skin. You feel me? So for them to come up with this video, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
He have a
whatever,
smile
it's
like
ridiculous.
mine, though.
This is ridiculous.
I'm actually gonna find the photo. Like somebody put a meme together of like they show the video and you swipe left and it says, "So you really gonna tell me Nefertiti was white?" And they literally had when Kerry Hilson dressed up as Nefertiti for Halloween, like a bunch of like black celebrities that dressed up.
Look right now. See, he's about to unveil that.
Yeah,
shit.
hold on, let's watch this.
This is ridiculous.
You ain't even gotta see it up close. Look
this
at this
bullshit.
pasty bitch they about to put from under his black ass cheek.
It kind of looked like his mom or
She
some
looked
shit
like she
like
just
that.
up out of
I don't know what it
I'm
It's her birthday.
no, really,
Pasty.
literally.
It's my birthday.
Hold on, but do y'all see the other the I can't remember her name, but the one that's a little more ethnic. Her face is like, this is beautiful. Like,
I think it's really
That
disgusting
that
because
person's skin right there would have died in the sun. Like, look, like,
they,
there's no
they
way.
want Egyptians
There's
to be
no
white
way.
so bad, so
who
bad.
consented to this? I think it's really disgusting. I don't even know who consented
White
to like,
people.
the
Now,
White people.
Capitalist Protestant males.
You know what's funny too? They just came out with like I think the week after that or like a couple days after that, like a accurate depiction of the first European. And do you know how they looked?
Black.
It was black.
Yo,
so how the
black
first
as hell.
European black, but the people in Africa white? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this shit don't make no sense.
Because that's the
Make your
next
fucking
thing.
mind up. Like,
That's
it's
the
crazy.
next thing that I was gonna follow. Even if you don't even want to follow anything historically, geologically, where the hell is Egypt? I mean, where is
On
it
the
located? Where the sun, everything
The
around
equator
it, like the
runs right
pigmentation
through
of
Africa.
skin and everything else. I mean, that's. I don't know. For me, at least personally, that's the only thing that bugs me out. Is you have a lot of fools that flourish over the internet and just in general. Like, you know what I mean? Like
this concept, yo. Like, what they do is they say like they created a whole region to make people like not African. Like, think of the term Middle East. What the fuck does that mean? Where's Middle East?
Right.
That's not even an area. You know what I'm saying? Like, what direct? Someone said go Middle East. Where are you gonna go? Like, you feel me? Like, Middle East was was something like it was basically part of Africa, but like Egypt basically like the whole like or Kemet is what it was called back in the day, like
Hotep.
it means the black land first of all. So the area that we called Egypt, ancient Egypt, was called Kemet, which means black land. And then also like it didn't even start where we see it now. Like all the knowledge and everything, it started in the middle of Africa, like in what we call Kush or Mali. So like
Timbuktu.
So everything points of it started in the middle of Africa where people are really, really, really dark, and it goes up the Nile because the Nile doesn't go south to north; it flows.
No, it doesn't go north to south. It goes south to north.
It goes up. So the boats and everything and the trade was all going up Africa.
That's correct.
So that's how. So Africa. So Egypt was like the pinnacle of all African knowledge. You feel me?
Sidebar.
So
I think that all Hotep brothers literally like
Boom,
click.
here it is.
It's a piece in their brain and they click over and they go into Hotep mode and
Hotep
just
mode,
be
you
like,
feel me?
listen, the brother
Let's
this.
pass
This
this This is the picture I was talking about.
okay,
It's like, you gonna tell me Nefertiti was really
black
white?
excellence.
Come on, bro. They got the girl from the
see.
Remember the Time video. They have Rihanna. They have Carrie Hilson. I don't know who else that
Remember
is
the
in
time
the corner.
video? That's
Look, thank you.
That's Iman.
Iman, yes, thank you. And they're like, you really gonna tell me like Nefertiti was white? Look at these queens, and they're just pretending. It's costume.
Exactly.
And you gonna tell me the real queen?
That picture of like Carrie Hilson and what's his
Serge
dude?
Ibaka.
Serge
Serge
Ibaka.
Ibaka.
That's
Yeah,
how
that's
the ancient
He's a
Egyptians
dick.
were. That's how
He's a
was.
dick.
They broke up or something.
Yeah.
No, he's a dick.
No,
I
they're
seen him
definitely
at the
not together.
garden. Yo, he's a dick,
Oh, he's a
man.
jerk?
Like,
And he definitely cheated
he
on
was
Carrie.
in there. This girl tried to take a picture with son. Like, he was leaning over the table, and he completely ignored her for like 3 minutes. Like, completely ignored her and like looked around.
Was it before the game or after the game?
He wasn't playing. He was just.
Oh,
he was there watching the
That's how they
game.
give him out. Like,
He was there. He was fly
He was
as
tired.
shit.
He was
bitch,
mad
I don't got
fly.
the time.
He was like, yo, he
Looking
was just
over
like
everything.
And my manager was like, I don't know, you might want to step out before they get in here. And he left. He breezed them. He was a jerk. I don't know. He might not be a jerk. He was a jerk at that moment.
He's
Well-
a jerk because he cheated on Carrie.
How you know that?
He ain't a jerk. You
She
see
talked
Serge
about
Ibaka?
it. They're not together though. They were together for a minute.
Oh, they broke up.
Yes.
He cheated.
Damn, son.
You ain't hear, there was
You
apparently
can't take
some
pictures
side
of her
bitch
with
came
your
out.
queen with, like, the
He's
pharaoh
handsome.
stuff.
Come on.
And then cheat on her. Now you can't.
No,
you
but
can't do
some
that.
side bitch, it was actually like last year sometime. Some side bitch actually must have came out with like text messages and receipts.
Oh,
Like, so he
man.
was flying to me every weekend.
Damn, Serge.
Like, they
you
were in their
wildin'.
own, and
She
it
got
wasn't even
money,
like
too. Like, you
it
can't
wasn't
do
even
that.
like they were just like kind of fucking and like, oh yeah, like no, he was buying me things, like you know
Damn,
that like they
Serge.
had a mini
That's how all
relationship
grown
outside of
men
Carrie
with
Hilson.
money
Like,
do shit. That's how grown men with money cheat.
Ooh.
They buy girl shit and they fly you out.
And
Like,
that's how grown men with money get caught too.
I'm
It gets
not
plastered
saying-
all over the
I-
internet.
I don't
Your
disagree.
shit gets plastered all over the internet. So
don't
keep
disagree.
buying shit with these side bitches.
but well, yeah. So that's all for.
Shit.
Well,
Any
West
other
with
white
the family
foolishness
feud.
happen this week? Did anybody have some white foolishness happen this week?
Other than
Every day
the
of my life.
injustice,
You know,
right?
it's so-
Other than the
I was about
injustice
that,
that's
like-
flourishing.
I was about to say, it's so much white shit going on all the time, man. I get confused.
Real quick, just a little personal story because this happened a little while ago, and nothing really happened from it. Yeah, nothing really happened from it, so I wasn't mad. But I was outside. I was waiting. I was somewhere. Doesn't matter where. My car was parked, right? And there was like a parking space in front of me where someone could have obviously fit properly, right? Now, literally, the person like pulls into the parking spot, and I was like, and the only reason I'm mad is because I tell people all the time, listen to that little voice inside of you. When something, I don't care how little it is, if it tell you to go left, don't go right. Just listen to it. I'm in the car. I'm like playing a game on my phone. Something told me, Ariel, back up. Get this man some more space. There's plenty of space though, bro. I don't listen to myself. Lo and behold, the man taps my car. Nothing crazy. Taps my car. So now I'm literally sitting in the driver's seat like,
Nigga, don't hit my car again.
like, it's not even that, but I'm just like, the car moved. Like the car, it was like nothing crazy, no dents, no scratches, but like the car moved. Like, so I'm sitting in the car, I'm literally waiting for, and at this point I don't even know who it is. I'm waiting for whoever to come get out the car and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'd be like, you know what? It's nothing. Be careful. When I tell you I was in my car for 10 minutes, I started developing an attitude in the vehicle because I'm like, so you just gonna hit my car and not come outside and say sorry? Like, so now at this point I'm like, you know what? I guess I'm gonna have to get out my car and be like, what's up? I get out my car. Somebody's grandfather is in the front seat, and that wasn't even what got me. And I don't even want to. I might be reaching, but it was an older white man. And I'm like, what pissed me off? I go to the window. I'm like, so you're just not gonna say anything about hitting my car? He said, I'm really sorry. He said, I didn't see you in there. Yada yada yada. I'm like, bro, my lights are on.
Right,
like,
Mr. Rogers.
And then my thing is, I'm like, the fact that he addressed it, it's not even like he was like, oh, I didn't know. You knew you hit my car, bro. Get the fuck out and say sorry. Like. He was like, he literally offered me a drink because I was outside a bar. He was like, can I get you a drink? No, I don't want to drink with you. You just hit my vehicle. You didn't say shit. Right. Let it be the other way around. And I tap his car. It's a whole problem. And you want my insurance.
You give me $2,000 to fix the damage.
You just said, listen,
see, that's when you gotta, right? That's when you gotta, when you gotta act up and enforce the law. Well, you know what? Let's see what this police officer thinks about you hitting my car.
My mind
the police is white too.
Ulcer colitis is acting up.
I was just like, my thing is like, it really wasn't even a thing where I was like, oh my God, my car is dim. Like he just tapped me, but I'm like, the fact that you didn't even come out, and like I said, if the roles were reversed, you would want my insurance information. Like this little pasty ass old white man literally hit my car and offered me a drink. Can I offer you a shot if I tap your car?
I be trying not.
His car wasn't even that nice though. That's why I ain't dragging.
I try not to be racist, but like
this
I
episode
found
it's gonna call triggered. Right? Be tight right now.
Right, we can do that.
I found that like majority of people, Caucasoidal brethren or whatever, do not freaking like say thank you when you hold the door. Like I mean, not all like older white folks. Like they just like the old white women. They look at you. I be like, I will grab you back through this door and put you on the other side. I'll just be like, yo, it's a simple like thank you, like thank you. Like I
it's not like
and I go out of my way sometimes. I'll be like.
Well, I'll tell you, charisma's the right one because I'll tell you, I say something. No, I've said it many times. Excuse me.
You just got to stand there and trip them if they walk by.
Me. Or, you have a mouth. We all have mouths. I've definitely, we're not going to do that because I could have kept my hands in my pocket.
Look, what white foolishness triggered you, my brother?
I went to work today.
See what happened? I woke
stepped
up
outside.
You know what I'm saying? I had woke up in the sun. Like I don't know. Like I just get upset when like I keep seeing people just I guess not focus on what they say they focus on. It's like everyone talks about how they care about the community and everything, but like they just don't show it. You know what I mean? Like I guess like. I don't know, man. I guess we can go to the next topic. I'm like, I don't want to,
I mean, look, we got time. It's free your mind, my
bring
brother.
Bring it back. Honestly, I forgot what it was. So come back to it later. Right,
you are so fraudulent.
I bookmarked it. So
I'm tired.
We'll come back to it later.
All right. Next thing, we talked about some '90s reunions last week. We talked about the return of Sister, which I'm excited about. We talked about we suggested a possible reboot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith actually posted on his page, I guess, some cartoon artist.
But Phil died.
What? I mean, yeah, but no, some cartoon artists.
Man, they changed.
Redid
the wife cast. From a light skinned woman to a dark skinned woman to a light skinned woman, like a skinny dark skinned.
I actually heard that was because they didn't get along. Mm-hmm. It was actually something more. It had nothing to really do with the complexion of it. It was actually like a behind the scenes disagreement between Will and
she's still salty about that.
Yeah.
Was it Will Smith? Or
I think it was Will. Yeah, it was Will, and it was a lady. That's why they took her off the show. It was really nothing about like the complexion wise.
Yeah, they didn't like it was her. Like,
they were beefing.
Not like it was her fault, but like
they were beefing about it.
Yeah, they were beefing.
Long story short, you could get a new Uncle Phil.
First of all, and not only that, though, but ain't nobody compares
Uncle Will. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Well, wait. So, real quick, nobody compares to dark skin.
Like a plot twist.
Y'all don't see what's going on in the NBA. You could do whatever you want. You
don't like
it,
get there too.
You don't like it, change it.
But no, some cartoon artists, drew a picture of like the whole cast as a cartoon. And basically, Will Smith was like, wow, I never thought about the idea of Fresh Prince being a cartoon, but I like it. Then TMZ did some digging, and they have merch with this guy's cartoon already done. So they're like, something's going on behind the scenes. So Fresh Prince might be back. But they were also speaking about a Martin reboot. Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold and Martin were out the other day.
We were speaking about this other day.
Talk about that, Jai.
We feel like Martin's about to die.
What?
I did. I felt it.
Why?
I don't know. I just got this instinctual feeling that his time might be up soon because he keeps catching these strokes.
Don't do
He had a
that.
stroke.
He
do
like
that.
not recently, but the time most recent.
Look, if Lil Wayne is catching strokes and drinking lean, Martin got a few more good
But
years.
it's age.
Come
People
on.
don't understand that, you
Lil
can't just
Wayne
catch a
is
stroke.
30
The
years
age
old.
definitely. And let's not even
He don't
just talk
look like
about
it.
who just died
Shit.
at 27. Who just died at 27 because of a stroke drinking syrup.
Lil
You know,
Pump
yeah,
or
anything
not
is
Lil Pump,
anything
excuse
is
me,
possible. You know
uh,
what I'm saying? Depending on what you're doing, the body, the conditions of the body,
Sure.
the age you are, you never know.
A little something.
Well, look,
He's
I
a
would
white
hope
man.
that he has
Right.
some time. But
Chief Keef's cousin.
I'm tired.
Oh, you talking about
Right.
you talking about
Chief-
Fredo?
Right.
Oh,
Chief
yeah,
Keef's
yeah,
cousin.
yeah.
I was
He
talking
just out
about
of
the
his
little
shit.
white dude. Some little something died.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
Lil whatever.
Lil
Lil
Post.
Peep.
No,
Lil
Post.
Peep, Lil Peep.
Yeah, Post Lamone tatted him.
Yeah, Lil Pete.
Low peak, something like
Not
that.
for nothing. Real quick sidebar. Where J. Cole came out with the one day everybody got to die. Lil whatever. That's literally what all these Lil sound like to me. Like Lil who?
They got like Lil Xan,
Lil whatever.
Lil sit your little ass down.
Like I'm tired. Can somebody be grown up?
Right.
Please.
Shoot, and speaking of that football and you know that halftime show stuff, we'd love to see Bow Wow in the Atlanta halftime show.
Shut up, Anthony.
People gonna
Nobody
stop-
wants to see
Wait,
Shad
wait,
Moss.
Exactly,
People gonna-
exactly. It's Shad Moss. It's not Bow Wow.
nobody wants
No,
to see
I'm
Shad
talking
Moss
about
on the
Lil
halftime show.
Bow Wow. We gonna start fronting like Lil Bow Wow wasn't the shit. We wasn't all in the crib
Back in
singing
the day,
along.
like
Lil
everybody
Bow Wow.
watch Like
You
Mike.
just don't know. Come on,
That was my shit. That was my shit. I can't lie. But then he lost his mind. He started like fronting for Instagram and posting jets when he was sitting on a flight.
Bow Wow, my nigga, he rich. Bow Wow's still rich.
Bow Wow
Yeah,
phony.
like who does that?
He got-
Bow Wow
royalties.
phony.
He rich like Iverson rich.
But
He threw a lot of money, though.
Iverson,
A lot of money.
that's different. That's a little different though.
What?
I feel like Bow Wow has like family money. Does that make sense?
not really.
No.
Like
Like
Bow
it's
Wow is
like
invested.
no,
Bow Wow's
like
everywhere.
like
He's
Sorry,
still
I don't know
everywhere.
the
Like-
difference.
not legacy money, but like he's always had like a comfortable middle class.
Yeah, his
Like you know
family's,
what I
like,
mean?
in the,
Like that, like he has like a little bit of family money. Somebody got a bodega somewhere on the corner somewhere for a couple of years. No, for real. That's what I feel like. That's
Okay.
Nah, he
Iverson.
stays with a job though. I will say he will show up wherever they pay him to be. I will say that.
I like Bow Wow. Like, when did he go downhill? Like, I feel like
wasn't
After
Iverson just
106
inducted
apart.
in the Hall of Fame?
After 106 and Park,
Iverson should have been in the Hall of Fame. I don't
No,
know
but
if
wasn't he
was
just
it.
in the? I thought I'm
He
almost
was,
sure. Right?
yeah.
Doesn't the check get cut because of that?
Iverson
how
has a
long-
lifetime
Yeah, the
deal with
check was
Reebok.
cut.
He has a
Yeah.
lifetime deal with
Yeah,
Reebok.
yeah,
He
so
gets
he-
paid till he's like 50.
So he has a couple checks cut.
Like millions of dollars, and once he hits like 50 or whatever the contract ending or whatever, he gets like 50 million or something like that. Like, he's paid. Get the fuck out of here. What he did was go spend too much money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He was
Exactly.
spending $100 million when he had 75 million.
Well, he was getting his braids done for like 50 stacks every time. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
His braids?
Some wild
His
shit.
braids for
Yeah, his
50
cornrows.
stacks. You're
Exactly.
annoying. You're annoying.
That's what I heard,
Get
man.
Shaniqua Cunningham to come braid your hair. It is
Bro,
not that deep.
I swear, if I got money, I would be cheaper. I swear to God. What?
Yeah.
Like,
I can see it
I
because I want to
Yo,
keep it.
If I was rich, yo, I have everything on free trial. For real. Like, I'm not
You're
buying. I ain't buying
stupid.
nothing. Like,
All
have-
demos. All demos.
exactly, exactly.
Have
Some
separate
samples.
separate
I'm
credit
saying.
cards. This is the free trial credit card. We just
Y'all
signed this up for
annoying.
everything. It's only $20 on it.
Exactly.
So
Tired.
annoying.
And free trials. They'd be like, sign up for the free trial, but just enter your credit card information after.
Yes, but then the thing is, if you don't go back and end it, that's when they get you.
So so how do y'all feel about LeBron? And like, in this, like, he keeps like traded. Like, do you feel like he had
Can
like?
somebody explain that? He went back to the Heat.
Well, okay, so Dwayne Wade now is back on the Heat.
Yo,
Okay.
bro,
Right.
start from the beginning.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm
beginning.
confused because I
The
saw
beginning
it
of
was,
this
it's a web.
season.
It's a web.
All right, so the beginning of the season, right? So the Cavs just this season they acquired what? Dwayne Wade, Derrick
Man.
Rose. Who else? Go ahead.
Long story short, I'm gonna do you the short version. LeBron just been messing up the league or changing it, via white people. You know what I'm saying? Being mad intuitive and all of that shit. But like, LeBron basically tears teams apart to build his team up. He went to Miami, like brought all these people to Miami to get a ring. Then he tore like teams. He tore the Knicks apart. I'm heard about that. He took Shumpert. Not that they were super great, but they took Shumpert. They took J.R. Smith off of the team. And just to build up his team, and now they're doing the same thing. Like they just took like 4 people off. They acquired Isaiah Thomas.
This
and like
year.
This year, all these other different players acquired
summer.
him. Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is hurt though. Like they were just trying to get him a ring.
Bum juice.
But with that veteran stuff or whatever. But basically, he's tearing the league apart. He just traded like 4 or 5 people off of his team and got like he's acquiring new people. And like Wade went back to the Heat after he went to Chicago and then came to Cleveland. Like LeBron's doing way too
Like,
much.
here's
Like
my
he's
thing
doing
about
way too
LeBron.
much.
Like, he's supposed to be like the GOAT or whatever. Like, the best player in the league. But like, why do you feel the need? Like, why can't you ever go through adversity? It's like he never wants to like. He never wants to take an L. He never wants to like, all right, I have to make my team better. He's like, no, I need to win now, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to, to make things happen behind the scene. Like, I don't like that. Like, Kobe don't do that shit. Like, Jordan don't do that shit. Jordan like says, I'm gonna win what I got.
I will argue. People be like, yo, who would you? These young kids don't know nothing about nothing. I don't care if I sound like an older head or whatever. It's just like, bro, they be like, oh, I'll choose LeBron on my team. Like, I'm taking Kobe or Jordan every time. Like, I don't care.
Yo, like, about LeBron, LeBron is nice, but like he's only nice because he's 6'9", 260. Like, if you understand like basketball,
like LeBron can't cross nobody. Like, and a lot of his game is built in. To say that LeBron don't bring a lot to a team would be a complete lie. It's a lie. He's a great basketball player. He's gonna get you to the Eastern Conference or Western Conference Finals, wherever he's at.
Your team's already nice.
If your team got the players, like LeBron is a one-man package. Like, he's a package. He can do whatever you want, but only he can do that on the team. So it's just like.
So where is he now? That's my question.
LeBron's still in Cleveland,
Cavs,
but nobody else is.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
Nobody else is
like,
on.
Everybody like the stars, whatever. Besides Kevin Love, everyone's going off Cleveland. Like
they got like J.R. Smith.
Yeah. Like, he's still there.
They traded like 5 players, like, and to do that like mid-season, like you see teams they get they get like
you said we got
it got real quiet. They're like, what are these niggas talking about?
It's
sports talk.
It's less about sports.
LeBron, that's the one with the hairline, right?
Right.
Is that the one with the hairline?
No hair.
Okay. Savannah's his wife, right? I know her. Yeah. Okay.
It's less about the sports and it's more about what he's doing to the sport. Like, basketball used to be competitive. Like, whatever 9 months they played out of the year, they didn't fuck with each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? They played, and Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, all these people competed against each other. And it was something to watch because you had just Larry Bird on the team. You had just Michael Jordan, and then you had all the attributes. Now you just have, like, freaking LeBron and the rest of the league.
Teams.
Like, you got freaking four people from the freaking Warriors are on the All-Star team. 4 of them. Like, 4. Like, what do you, 4 people, 1 team? You need to spread that out. Like, you got the best defensive player on your team. You have the best scorer of all time on your team.
So
and you have
like,
the best not 2 shooters. Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time. And then you got Klay Thompson. He's like elite, like Reggie Miller status, something like that. I'm like, bro, come on. Let's change the league. Look at my Chicago Bulls and my Knicks. Look at
Isn't
them.
that where D-Wade was before?
Yeah, but like they still trash. Like they still trash. They took my man Jimmy Butler because they traded Dwayne Wade, and now look at the fucking team. It didn't even work. So now Jimmy Butler's over there in the Timberwolves.
Yeah. So now, as a girl question, right? Well, let me not say a girl question. That's someone that really doesn't watch.
That's
like
sexist.
That. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
someone that doesn't watch.
That's terrible. Go ahead.
Ew.
We're not doing this with you. We're not doing this with you today.
Pick up your own ice.
Anyway, what would be like the top 4 teams in the league right now then?
Oh man, so
East and West is the
Celtics,
Cavaliers, the Celtics, the Warriors, and probably like the Spurs are 3. There's somebody in between. The Rockets. The Rockets, I would think, I would argue that's like the best one of the best.
That's
record wise, I think the Rockets might
be number 3 or 2. I don't know.
Who's
Look,
that?
okay,
the
now
Warriors?
who are the okay? So you said the Celtics, the Cavs, the Rockets, and the Warriors. Now, who are the ones?
Not in order, but yeah.
Like, who are the main forefront players that I have to pretend to know when I'm on my dates?
Oh man,
who are the names I need to know?
You know all those names. Stephen Curry.
He's Warriors, right?
Yeah. Kevin Durant.
I'm dead serious.
Stephen Curry.
Don't record that.
I think it's like you're already on. She's definitely live.
All you really need to know is Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, LeBron James,
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie
Kyrie
Irving and James
Stephen
Harden.
Curry Warriors, LeBron James Cavs. Where's Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant is also on the Warriors.
Okay. What about the Spurs?
Isaiah Thomas is
Kawhi Leonard, the Spurs. You're right. Kawhi Leonard.
No, they're 3 though.
Who's that nigga?
They're top 5.
Like I said, pretend to know for my first dates. That's all I need to know.
All you really need to do is figure out what team he like and learn them players.
Exactly.
Well, look, there you go.
Where's Jersey? That's it.
We fake ended up on the NBA. We were talking about 90s reunion, Joe.
Yeah, you know, I'm sorry.
Back in the day, my sister did the NBA. Nah, I don't know how that ties in.
Well, I mean, no, it flowed pretty nicely.
Because we went from the Fresh Prince, and then we went into Aunt Viv, and then all of that shit. I'm not with all the 90 reunions just for my little food for thought. I don't want to see all of this stuff again. It was nice when we was growing up. It's a different aesthetic now.
Keep it classic.
I wouldn't mind a Martin reboot, though. I like it.
But real quick.
I love Martin.
Let's keep it classic.
Did y'all hear about Quincy Jones?
Oh, I did.
Quincy. That's a smooth brother.
That
Yo,
I heard.
Yo, Quincy Jones was spilling the tea.
Yo,
His number's 23 too.
He looked
Yo,
like Rick
son.
James in the Dave Chappelle interview.
Yo, Quincy Jones, he was talking about, I guess back in the day, everybody was gay.
Yeah, I heard that.
Basically.
I heard what you
Everybody's
saying.
gay. We all did coke
said that?
and butt sex.
So Quincy Jones
Quincy
was
Jones.
talking to, I think it was a Vulture. It was Vulture magazine,
I
right?
think so.
And he had an interview, and they gotta fucking put these out on video, man. It's so fucking good. But anyway, like he was saying how Marlon Brando, you know who that is?
No.
He's like the
one of the
the Godfather.
Big old
He's in The
actors,
Godfather.
yeah, back in
Yes.
the day.
Yes.
So that guy.
You want
so
me
back
to-
back
yeah.
in his younger years, he was like apparently like a just super
Like bisexual,
super
just
sexy
like-
dude, like a Hollywood
Yeah,
stud.
Marlon
You know what I'm
Brando's-
saying? And like he was
delicious.
talking about how like I guess the guy asked him about salsa dancing. He was like, "Yeah, man, you know who was a good dancer? Marlon Brando. He fucked everybody. He fucked Richard Pryor. He fucked
James Dean, I think he was saying,
yeah, he
or
said
something
he
like
fucked
that.
everybody. And then one of our leaders, he fucked. He said,
this shit?
damn, what's the black dude's name? Black dude, he's gay. Nah, damn, I can't remember. Y'all should know this shit. Damn. Anyway,
I didn't watch the whole thing, but he was out there
spilling the
exposing
tea.
everybody.
Who Quincy Jones was
Quincy
saying
Jones.
this?
He was saying
Yes.
that Marlon Brando. Oh, and Richard
Somebody
Pryor.
cut the check. Somebody
Damn,
cut the
what's-
check for
what's
Quincy
that
Jones
dude's
because
name?
people in Hollywood don't just spill information.
Not even that.
Somebody
It's
goes-
funny because again,
Oh,
I
yeah,
always
yeah,
reference
yeah,
the read, but they were
hot
talking
takes.
about they was like, there's something to be
It's a
said.
book. It's a book or it's a radio.
Ba-
It's a
Ba- Baldwin.
James Baldwin.
He said
James
he's
Baldwin.
fucking James Baldwin. Like he was saying, like he was like.
There's
yo.
something to be said because you know I'm always quoting the read because I love Kid Fury and Crystal. But they said there's something to be said about outliving all your friends. Like that man is like 80 some odd years old. Like he's spilling all the
Yeah,
tea
he's like
because he
90
knows all the
old.
tea. All his friends are dead. Like push me to the edge.
This
I'm
nigga was-
telling
this nigga
everybody's
was
tea.
talk- This nigga was talking about, nigga, I know who killed JFK.
He's like,
this
oh
nigga
my
said,
God.
this
But you know-
nigga said, like,
he was
But you
going
know what
on.
though? But you know what though? Not even trying to sound like that. Everybody knows that's like one of like the misconceptions of like Hollywood. Like the grass ain't always green on the other side. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know what's going on.
I
Like,
got the
Yo.
green.
there's a whole bunch of shit that's going on, and even like certain like video footage that you see of certain like celebrities. If you're able to get like some behind the scenes clips and shit like that, like you see it's funny shit.
I believe it.
Yo, he
he's old
said-
enough.
He said the Beatles
I
was
believe
trash. He said the Beatles had no talent.
Don't
he
do
said, He
that.
said they couldn't sing. I swear to God, he said
I believe
they
it.
couldn't sing.
I don't.
He said that when they was
You-
doing songs, he be
you
like,
like the
yo,
Beatles music?
Ringo, get the fuck
Yes,
out of here. Go
I
get
do.
some fucking fish
I like
and
a few
chips.
Beatles
Get
music.
the fuck
I
out
like
of
the
here.
Beach
and we
Boys
gonna make a
too.
song.
Not a
Like he was wilding, yo. It was too funny.
The Beatles got hits.
She
Don't
grew up
do
in
that.
Valhalla, y'all.
I did not grow up in Valhalla. I grew up in Mount Vernon. I also grew up in
Yo, but
Valhalla.
think about it, yo.
Half and half.
Exactly.
Music
Yo.
is music.
Can
Like,
the Beatles sing though? Can they sing?
Oh,
The Beatles.
the Beatles were phenomenal
Can they-
and
can they-
ridiculous.
I've heard
Matter of fact,
Paul-
let me
Let
tell
me
you how
ask my
good
question.
the Beatles were.
Can they
Migos
sing?
just broke the Beatles record for a
Can-
group.
I saw that. I
For a
actually did see
group
that.
that
I
had
actually
like a
did see
number
that
one
most
for as
recently.
many weeks as they
Y'all
had.
ain't answer my
Y'all
question
need to
though.
do some
Can the
stuff.
Beatles sing?
I mean, yeah, they had nice voices. I liked it.
My nigga, yo.
Are they like the
according
high
to
tops and
Quincy
the shy
Jones-
lights? No.
According
Okay,
to Quincy
but-
Jones, people who would do vocals for like, in like 10 minutes, it would take them an hour or 2-3 hours because they couldn't sing and they couldn't hit the notes.
Well.
So I don't know. I'm just saying.
Again, I think that's the same thing about like image and like what the Beatles brought to music at that time and yada yada yada.
that's more where I'm
But-
at as well.
but actually, to-
and that
but
they
to your
were like
point,
an
though-
England, like what were they like an England group?
Exactly.
Like you know what I mean. So it was also that it was also very like eclectic for like people like of that. How do I say it? People from that like
That area,
demographic
yeah.
Exactly.
coming into like the music industry singing songs like that. It was
Now, what he was
that's
saying
what made
too-
it classical.
Exactly. To y'all point, both of y'all, what he was saying also, like, to give them props because he was kind of sharing on them. He was like, but the point was, like, they actually worked at it and they worked hard and, like they polished their craft. And nowadays, like, artists, they aren't polishing their craft. They just, like, come in the game and, like, this is what I know, this is what I do. And I don't give a fuck if y'all, I don't look, back to improve myself.
I think it's all necessary though for the process. Like we have to go through these stages of music
And
and all of this shit.
Y'all are fake bugging. Like, come on, the Parent Trap. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say
That to me,
it's all
honestly,
right.
I know that from
These
movies.
songs sound all
That song is a
like,
hit. That song is
talentless.
great.
And anything that I
Not
know of the
gonna
Beatles
front.
is probably commercial. It's probably
LSD,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Lucy in
Probably
the Sky with
something-
Diamonds. Y'all get on it. Come on. Y'all can't just know black music. Come
in
on.
my opinion,
That song is good.
I'm just saying. I think
I
they have
don't
no
just
talent,
know
though.
black
I think
music.
they-
I don't like the Beatles.
Yeah.
The Beatles have hits. Here Comes the Sun is one of my favorites. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, aka LSD. That song was about.
I like
drugs.
Let
They
It
were
Be.
tripping.
Here's
They
the
were
thing, though.
rolling on that song.
I like Let It Be. I like it. You know,
Let It-
they
oh,
got
yes,
a couple
Let It
of
Be.
songs, but like,
But yo, here's the thing.
I'm not
Everything that you
listening
was
to the whole
singing,
Beatle
you
album.
can sing yourself. Like the Beatles, you sound just like them. Like you feel me?
Fine.
Like they take no talent. Like this shit is that simple. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Either way.
In my opinion.
Either way. Damn, we really don't want to talk about these 90s reboots. We keep getting off, but it's fine. Well, real quick, talking bands, talking Britain.
Yes.
That's a good segue.
There we
The
go.
Spice Girls might be doing a reunion tour.
Did
Are you here
people
for that?
ever like the Spice
Are
Girls?
you kidding me?
No.
Calling all the world. Every boy and every girl.
I didn't like them.
Come on. Step into the right.
I mean, I knew the songs from movies.
You are bugging. You don't remember the Spice Girl lollipops with the stickers that were all around my TV?
I don't know
You're
about
bugging.
you. Well, I think me and Anthony probably agree with this. I used to be very uncomfortable when it came on. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is
Why?
this? Turn this shit off. I don't like this shit.
Y'all need
Like,
to sit
you know
down.
what I'm saying?
I don't-
I don't
Bro,
I
like,
quit.
I'm
listen,
a boy. What
listen.
you mean? I'm a boy.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that. I got sisters. I got older sisters, so I had to watch what everybody else wanted. My sisters did not watch that shit.
That shit was whack, though.
My sister played Sims. My older sister played Sims, and that's all she did.
Spice World was everything. That movie, I was Ginger Spice. I love Ginger. Their music was
No,
actually
it was a thing,
great.
though. It was a thing. It
Like I
wasn't
said, those lollipops,
it was a thing.
I don't even think them lollipops even tasted that good. I wanted the sticker with each Spice Girl on it. Like, what?
I don't be liking when old people come back because a lot of them have done so many drugs or whatever, and their voices aren't the
sound
same.
crazy.
Not even.
Like, I don't want to go to a live show and hear you sing badly. Like, I will go to a Bruno Mars concert. Like, I've heard him sing live.
Yeah.
Man,
He's
I don't
phenomenal.
know, man. I will go see Jodeci
guy.
singing like that shit would be hard. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
they
though,
all, they all
like-
fucked up. They drunk and shit, but that shit sounds good though.
It's true.
Still,
No,
like,
it's true.
ooh yeah. You know
The
what I'm
last
saying?
time I think I saw Jodeci on was the Mother's Day special, the I Love You Mama thing. I think they
Yeah.
came on and they sounded just like that. I'm like, y'all just
Exactly.
smoked a pack of cigarettes, bro. Come on, you knew this. You knew the concert was today.
Newport Lights.
Like, please. I'm all here though
Mentos.
for the Spice Girls reunion. Like, I had the Scary Spice doll. Like, I wanted all 5, but my mama got me the black one. It's fine.
I say get it when you fan because apparently Escape is signed to a new
Hello.
record label.
And especially if you have the
a
fan
new
base for it.
contract.
Spice Girls has the fan base to do
Listen.
it.
And
Like,
took the E and changed it to
I
a
feel
3
like-
and just moved on with their lives.
like,
I feel like I'd be the only one listening to like the Escapes or whatever these bands in vogue, whatever coming back. Like I'd be watching them on like BT, the reunions and shit. And I'd be like, my nigga, y'all don't sound good. Like,
Yeah, I don't
like
think
I'd be
Escape
watching it
sound
and I'd be
good
like, this
anymore.
doesn't sound good. Like
It's weird though because
Candy,
somebody's paying for this shit.
Candy sounds like a
Somebody's
dry
paying for it.
desert. Like Candy can't, like they can't
Yo,
sing.
how does Tiny sound? I don't know. I haven't heard.
They
it.
Tiny
all
and-
sound the same. She sound like she's had.
the
she
two
doesn't
best
sound
singers are the
good.
ones that necessarily weren't the famous ones. The 2 dark skinned sisters. I
Yeah.
can't remember because they have vocals.
Yeah, the big
Cause
girl.
isn't one of
Yeah,
them
they
saying-
have
The big girl
vocals.
could sing. She's
Yeah.
like,
She's still singing.
Yeah.
Now, isn't
Yeah.
one of them saying that
got a
I'm
church
not
voice.
making music with them or something
Candy.
like that?
Candy, yeah, Candy's over it.
And
She doesn't want to do
she
another
can
album.
sing, though, right?
Candy can sing, but here's don't sleep
No,
though.
she
Candy's the
can't.
writer. No, Candy's the writer. Candy's the
Yes.
writer in the group.
Yes.
Like she wrote her and Tiny wrote No Scrubs for TLC. They also wrote, if I'm not mistaken, I think they
They
wrote
wrote a few
Rainy
songs.
Days for Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, they
like
wrote a few songs.
they write hits. Like Candy writes.
Rainy Days by Ghostface Killer? Who? You
No,
talking
Rainy
about?
Days with Ja Rule and
It's just
rainy days, feeling like time gone wild.
Oh, okay.
Till the sun shines and I see your face.
That
You're
song.
annoying.
That song,
With
yes.
the video in the water, I just watched that the other day. That's my shit.
But no, but
Platinum
even now,
hits. He had platinum hits.
Yeah,
No.
yo, honestly, we need to have some more Ja Rule appreciation, son.
Yeah.
Niggas be shitting
Ja
on Ja
Rule
Rule.
Appreciation Day.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
50
that
for
nigga,
real.
yeah. You know what I'm
50
saying?
be out here
You know
clowning
what's
him,
now?
and I like 52. But
That
come
should
on,
be
son.
February 17th.
I'm
You're
tired.
Ja Rule appreciation
annoying.
day. He got hits, you feel me?
Shoot.
Dumb funny.
Got hits with DMX, Jay-Z. You feel me?
Yo.
Ashanti.
My nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, you
Everybody.
could play a whole hour of Ja Rule and Ashanti duets.
That's
my
a
nigga,
fact.
And,
And
fuck,
they're all
and knock
hits.
all them shits like.
Yeah,
And the all hits. That's a fact.
that was true.
Forgot them. She was like, okay, Ja, you had to. J-Lo. He worked with J-Lo.
Yeah.
She can't sing either.
She's not the strongest vocalist. I will say that.
She doesn't
You
sound
know,
bad
Jay-
though.
She
J-Lo
does not
can.
Y'all,
sound bad, though.
y'all
J-Lo
are
can't
oblivious,
sing.
and we don't
She is
listen
not
to
the
them.
strongest vocal.
We don't hear the
where's
same
the
thing.
camera?
Y'all are bugging.
J-Lo,
Hold up, just stop real quick.
J-Lo is out here thriving. Okay,
Yeah.
Y'all
you
gonna
don't
say
gotta
if J-Lo
sing.
can't
She
sing,
got residency in
then
Vegas.
Rihanna can't sing.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know. I don't.
I
think Rihanna
completely
can sing
concur,
either.
and
Yeah,
nobody thinks
I agree.
Rihanna can sing.
Okay.
She's
I
a
agree.
sex symbol, and that's
Okay.
what Rihanna is.
All right,
She's
okay,
sex.
good.
I agree.
All right.
She'll get you a song, and everybody will listen to it,
Oh my god. Because honestly, yo, I used to hate.
and you'll watch
this.
her video because all she's gonna do is touch herself and do some sex
How-
with her rings and her finger
J-Lo is
tattoos.
literally still performing Jenny from the Block. Like,
Yeah.
somebody, she's doing
That's the
something
only
right.
song
I'm sorry.
She got like
I'm
3
sorry.
songs.
That's not true.
Yo, her
J
biggest,
Lo also has a catalog.
her
Yes, she
biggest
does.
Get right,
accomplishment.
still knocks.
Yes.
Her biggest accomplishment.
What's her first song?
It's Selena
Waiting
and
for Tonight.
A-Rod.
Waiting for Tonight.
Wrong.
It's either
Answer.
waiting for tonight or it's if you
Dancing
had
in Living
my
Color.
love and
Both.
That's what it
Waiting
was.
for Tonight with the green lights. Waiting for Tonight.
J Lo got a catalog. Don't play her like that. She does.
J Nope.
Anyway, look, if you see J Lo right now,
J-Lo looks good. We're not going to sit here and say she doesn't look good. I said she can't sing.
J-Lo
We're
looks
saying that to her face, though. Or her ass.
He wouldn't.
She ain't got no ass.
Can you calm down?
Come on, what
Y'all
are
seen
you
recently,
looking
though?
at? What are you looking
I
at?
seen recently. I'm not talking about. I ain't talking about in the Amazon.
And hers
sale.
is actually hers.
I didn't
Hers is
say.
hers.
I didn't say. Well, okay. You know what?
Hers
You
is
know what?
hers.
I'll have a recantment of that statement then.
Because I'm about to say, her ass is actually
It's-
hers.
it's
She
nice.
might have had a rib removed.
You're annoying.
Oh.
As I heard B did as well. They might have had rib removed.
Yes, it is.
But her
And-
ass is hers.
And Janet
Yo,
Jackson.
and yo,
Look.
hot take. Beyonce ass ain't that fat either, yo.
Here's what's so funny. She got some titties, though. She got some
She
new
does,
titties.
she does. But
Them
her
babies
mom-
gave
her
her
mom-
2 sets of titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No
they-
argument. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Or that milk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nah. Y'all ready to argue? I think that's it for current events.
Oh man, we gonna argue?
Let's go first. You want to argue first? I liked your topic.
All right, we can argue first.
Let's
Okay,
do a
my
ping
topic-
pong.
Okay, so my topic was Valentine's Day and like the celebration of it, and
Oh, wait.
not so much like, of course, what it means to like each individual, but like what's the hype around it? Like, you know what I mean? What does a woman expect? You know, what does a woman expect on Valentine's Day, and what a guy expects on Valentine's Day, and should there be an expectation on it? You know, like.
And pussy is not a
Or
gift.
do we hold an
I do agree
or do
with
we
that.
hold an expectation towards it? I basically like if a man didn't get you on anything for Valentine's Day and he got you something a couple of times throughout the year, would you be upset?
If your man doesn't cheat on you, if your man takes care of the crib, if you don't have to talk to your man about
I have
these.
an argument with that. I'm sorry, I don't like it when like relationship wise, or when we're talking in open conversation, like when they say, well, I haven't cheated on you. Those are things you're not supposed to do anyway. You don't get an award for being committed.
But I think what he's
that's
saying
the foundation of a relationship.
I think what he's saying is
Exactly.
the gifts and things will be less like, you don't got to give me a gift. Wow, you're actually giving me everything I need in a relationship because niggas aren't out here giving
Because
that.
think about it, as a woman,
mean,
I'm not a
but
woman,
those-
so as a woman, you might say like, I feel like a lot of women, most women have been in a relationship with a nigga that's cheated, like, and it's happened more than once, or you've dealt with some kind of situation.
Hey.
What?
Black men don't cheat.
Go ahead.
Okay. I said that. Black men don't cheat. Go ahead.
Back to your point.
I don't have white friends.
I even, you know,
Damn. Black men don't cheat. I don't have white friends. So I don't know what you're talking about. What?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually looking in the camera to say that too. Excuse me, all of you.
He means those niggas, not me. Not me.
No, but like more so in that, I do think there's like a cloud of like expectation over that, and I do think there's I think there's like a false expectation over it. Like
I don't mean it. I mean in the way of like, if you're overall happy in your relationship, and I mean you can genuinely look at yourself and be like, yo, I can't really complain about my man. Like he doesn't
I agree,
necessarily
and I think
cheat. Or he doesn't not cheat on you, but like you're happy. Like when's the
So-
last time you've been in a relationship with a dude and you genuinely happy all the
So
time?
you're saying that this man, like hypothetically, in this relationship, he's taking care of his business. He's helping her. He's being supportive emotionally, financially, spiritually. And then he just didn't happen to get her an actual Valentine's Day present. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about that?
I think he's exempt, and I think he should be. I don't have a rebuttal for that, but I think it's interesting. Like when talking on the topic of a woman, like since we're in this space, I like that we're in this space.
Stop with your long asses.
A safe space.
No, I'm serious. No, because although I don't think that there should be an expectation on a particular day as to what an individual should do, man and woman in rebuttal, because I don't think it should be held on a higher end, on either end. I do think that there's individual needs, and then there's just the overall needs. Like if he can accommodate you across the board in those other areas, you're damn right you should cut her some slack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's compromise. That's being open. That's being fair. Like, you know what I mean? But there's more than one area of covering that, if that makes sense.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me jump in real quick because
Jump in.
somebody like me, right? Okay. You can be doing all of that because, again, you're supposed to be doing that. And something when it comes to a Valentine's Day, and it's not to say, okay, it matters on what everyone else is doing, but, I mean, you kind of hear it all the time. Like, everyone else is getting their little candy grams. Everyone's getting their little shit. You're going to want something. I remember one Valentine's Day, it didn't, and this is literally me. I'm not talking shit, and everyone in this room knows me. It does not take much for me. I was dating this dude or whatever, fine. That wasn't my boyfriend or whatever, but Valentine's Day roll around. I got him like a little jacket, nothing crazy. Somebody like me, there was a snowstorm that particular year. I said if this nigga would have went outside and made me a heart-shaped snowball, that shit would have sat in my freezer forever. I'm not playing. No, it's the effort. It's really just the effort that you want. Like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, First of all, that nigga still wear that jacket to this day.
You're
but anyway,
annoying.
Anyway, look.
You're annoying.
Point being, literally, it's literally the effort. It's the wanting to know that, okay, yes, whether it's the other 364 days, guess what? Capitalism or not, like the propaganda or not of Valentine's Day, this is the day that is set aside for everyone in the world to show that they're, show their love for their significant other. You can do something small. Whether that be I come home and you rub my feet, whether that mean you make dinner today, whether that mean you iron my clothes for the next day of work. Like something that's okay, hey, on this day it's about you, I appreciate you. And that's vice versa. That's women and men. Like
what about your birthday? What about Mother's Day? What about all of these?
What
other
if you're not a mother? What if you don't celebrate birthdays?
Hanukkah. What's
You're
up
gonna
with
be
that?
a mother. What if you don't celebrate Christmas? Like, what if you don't celebrate Valentine's Day?
True.
Well, then that's different. But I do.
Different.
So if you with me, I want my gift.
I personally, I feel like it's a difficult topic for me to like speak on because like I haven't been in a relationship, like an actual like relationship with a girlfriend for a while. But it's just like I don't feel like Valentine's Day is a holiday that you should celebrate. I also feel like it's veered off of what relationship you're in. You got to know your spouse. Like if your spouse isn't a person that celebrates certain holidays, or I just feel like as myself, I'm like I think that Valentine's Day is just nonsense. Like
I also think that how do I explain it? I also think that it's overlooked. Like that's kind of what I was saying in the beginning topic. Like it's heightened way too much. Those are things you should naturally be doing for your significant other. If you want to give someone a gift, if you want to give an extension of gratitude, if you want to show love, if you want to show affection, those are things that should be extended under all circumstances.
I
it
agree.
should never take a 24-hour day
Right.
or even a month or even a time zone to create that platform or to set that tone. And I think if you create that tone, I think if it starts off in that momentum, you actually never have nothing to worry about. The day is literally considered the day. That's more so kind of where I wanted to go, like in that space of thing. So if you do get something as simple as like a bag of popcorn, I'm being very facetious, but as something as simple as a bag
You'll
of popcorn,
appreciate it.
it's like, oh my goodness, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, because everything else follows suit in that. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
That's more so. And then the opposite rebuttal of that is women going out the window of it. You know you're dating a man that's not, my bad. You know you're dating a man that's not shit. Or you know you may potentially, your relationship may be shattered or falling apart. Or you know that the foundation of relationship isn't okay. But you gonna set this bar so high on February 14th. You want a gift that completely knocks out the ballpark, but he's not a ballpark guy. So how does
He's
that,
not in the ballpark. Okay.
you know, right.
Gotcha.
Or you're in the wrong ballpark. You know what I mean? Shit.
I feel like that's what I'd say.
A lot of us are in you know what I mean? But looping that in, that's really what I mean, you know?
Makes sense.
Valentine's Day is a lot, and that's why I just feel it's really based on like the person. I feel like people should take more time out learning the person you're with, and don't put. I mean, there's so many different things you can like angles, like the type of person that if you're dating a materialistic person, like they're gonna want materials whenever they can get it. You know what I'm saying?
True,
like
true.
Valentine's Day, birthday, like I want this, I want that. Like I just think you have to know your partner. If your partner likes the day, I think it's okay to indulge in the day. Like Ariel mentioned earlier, everybody around you is getting a gift, and this is what we've grown up in. There's nothing wrong with indulging with other people.
Listen,
It's like you want to participate as well, okay. But if I feel like I don't want to, I shouldn't be badgered or penalized or anything for that. I'd be like, yo, I don't want to celebrate this, and it should be okay.
And there's a saying that there's more in giving than there is in receiving. So when you set the tone for giving, around that day, I don't know.
Don't
how to
celebrate
explain
pagan
it. Like,
holidays.
people, they enjoy the simple things. You teach value, and you teach, you know what I mean, how to just appreciation, in my opinion. So that way, it doesn't have to go so far-fetched, or, you know, if you're in a relationship or a marriage, or, you know, in the beginning stages of anything, it's not so materialistic, or you're not, you know, making someone feel bad for not being able to, you know, compensate in that area.
Facts.
Well, I'm gonna give y'all some.
Close it up.
A hot take. Well, first of all, I agree with everything y'all said, mostly, except I guess two things. One thing. I think that vagina and penis is a gift. So,
Man, don't nobody want that.
I don't
every
care.
single
Listen,
holiday.
I mean, it's how you do it though. If you even for a woman, if you know your man come home and you know he long day at work and you got the rose petals and you got you know maybe you know a drink or whatever he likes to indulge in ready for him and his game or whatever, the PS4 whatever, and you know what I'm saying,
You
whatever.
got the PS4 laid out.
This sounds kind of like personal,
You
right?
done dusted it off.
You know what I'm saying?
You done dusted off the PS4. The controller's all shiny.
Right, you know what I'm saying? That would be a great gift. also on the flip, you know, same thing. Your wife come home, whatever, long day, you got the bubble bath rubbing. You know what I'm saying? You got everything good. You got her food cooked. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's, you know, and
But I
you know,
also
that,
think
that shows.
I
that
think
you
perspective
actually
is
care.
everything.
And that goes to what y'all said.
I
like,
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
100%.
perspective is everything in this particular instance because like Kamal's in a long-term relationship. Obviously, he's about to be married, so what he thinks about these it matters. It's totally different when I'm outside of a relationship and I'm like, fuck Valentine's Day.
You know why? Because y'all are what you call it, or y'all would be
y'all.
Yeah, people. Y'all.
Oh, I
y'all
thought you
older
meant like
y'all.
niggas or something.
No, other people who are single. Y'all are into something. Y'all are like or courting or whatever. Y'all are like dating. So like y'all are like trying to get that person or
it's a very selfish.
That person get you. So it's a
absolutely.
different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? But I think I think that
what you explained actually the true forms of intimacy. Actually,
yeah, that's intimacy.
That's intimacy.
That's
it's
intimacy.
actually like
Exactly.
it's a sexual tone without necessarily sex. You know, being able to accommodate. You know, pleasing someone.
And I still think that speaks to knowing who your partner is.
It
as
does.
far as
That's
like,
why I
you
say
know what I'm saying.
I agree with you mostly. I agree with you
Walk up
mostly.
in the crib like you know your shorty like a bubble bath and roses, so you gonna get them bubble bath and
Hot
roses
take.
going.
Hot take though. If you're Christian, you shouldn't celebrate none of that stuff because
Amen.
it's pagan. So
You pagans.
Just saying.
That's a fact.
Just saying.
Anywho.
Like, I don't celebrate anything. So
who's next?
kind of lowers my bar down for expectations.
Whose argue is next?
Well, I guess we kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like we kind of went into it just now a little bit, like about expectations about like what do women expect from men, but not just like in like Valentine's Day, but like in general, like how like
Yo, pause. Let me tell y'all something. I think I mentioned this one other time in another podcast. Kamal has mastered going around certain topics, like mastered. Y'all don't see it right now, but this is Kamal. Like, I'm not about to talk about relationships while my fiance is in the other room and she can hear me.
Actually,
but I respect it. I respect
I'll
it.
give it whatever.
Toxic masculinity.
yeah. So like all right, for example, like that's what I was thinking of. That's exactly what the term I was thinking of. Toxic masculinity, and like my older brother has been talking to me about this, and it's like. Just the concept like of a man, like as a man, sometimes you feel like you have to be in control or you have to do things your way or you don't want to be questioned or you can't show weakness. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like personally me, that's the only way that I know how to act because that's how my father raised me. Mm-hmm. And
how do you feel about that though?
Of course, like, no one's perfect, but like I personally think that a man and a woman, not that we're and this is kind of rough to say, but like I don't know how else to say it. We're not equal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not that someone's less or more than, and that's important, but we're not equal. We're not the same. You know what I'm saying? And that we have to play our respective roles.
We're not equal, but we can come to an equal.
Where, you know what? Here's a math term. We're complementary to each other. You know what I'm saying?
I think that makes
exactly.
sense.
We're complementary.
That is a great choice of
but we're
diction.
but we're
not
not equal. No. See, that's the thing, and I think that it's crazy for us to think that something totally different could be equal. That's just my opinion. And I know it's definitely a hot take or like a sometimes unpopular, but I want to hear what y'all think about that.
I think that
Let's argue.
I think that complimentary. I think the complimentary thing as an equality can kind of go hand in hand with your situation because it's just like it's all on what you perceive equal to be in the relationship. If you're a person that grew up like in equal is like okay, the man takes out the garbage and goes to work and the woman stays in the kitchen and takes care of the kids. That's your equilibrium. Like someone else might look at it and be like, "Oh, that's not equal or whatever." But
yeah. See, what I'm saying is this.
Well, equal
just real
means
quick
the
to
same.
clarify.
Equal by definition
Touch on
means
it.
the same.
Because I was
So
getting
I don't
there.
really want to. I don't want to.
Exactly. And we are not the same.
The
I am
topic
a
of conversation because you could go a little bit. You could go far left with it. By definition, equal. How I'm taking the conversation is equal being the same. So you're saying man can never be woman and woman can never be man. And the topic of conversation.
not in 2018.
We're
not together. I'm saying
right.
say what a man is in an aunt's relationship is different from what it would be in mine. I'm just saying in
I
per se.
understand.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so whatever those two people or those those people have going is like, all right, this is my role, this is your role, and whatever that has to be so for it to, you know what I'm saying, for it to work. Ariel, tell me about myself. Yeah, tell me about myself, Ariel.
I'm not gonna tell you about myself. Let's talk about diction. Number one in the English language.
Right.
Equal and complementary are two separate words, so you can't use them one and the same because one is another. Now, when I look at complementary, that is still almost somewhat selfish because what can someone do to compliment you in the sense of whatever you think your role might be? you can't say, and you saying a woman, like Anthony, I think you kind of said like equal and complementary can kind of be the same. It's absolutely not.
That's correct.
So in the same thing of what I'm saying, in the sense of
coincide.
equal, separate word, we can add that onto the dictionary. Fine. In the sense of something being equal with the roles, like when I think equal, that has to be equal worth, equal value, equal. So regardless of what your role might be and what my role might be, both of our roles are very much equally, and is the term mutually exclusive? If that's what I'm trying to use. I don't know if that's the term I'm trying to use, but in the sense of you taking out the trash is no more than me cooking the meal, which is no more to say that I can't take out the trash or vice versa. But at the same time, I feel like at least for whenever I find somebody to act right and when I have like a household to run, decisions and shit, you not like that needs to be very much equal. So in the sense of regardless of whatever role you might play, that decision needs to be equal. In the sense of the complimentary, I mean, someone can compliment you based on looks. I could look good with you and you're complimenting me. That has nothing to do with how I feel about your worth or whether you're equal to me. So like somebody like me, my husband is not going to be any more above or beneath me or vice versa. I never want.
I think you're looking too literal into. I think you're looking too literal into the word. He compared it to angles though. Like we're what is it?
Exactly. That's why I said the math term complementary. So when I'm saying that it's complementary, it means that we can't like the unit can't be whole and without both parts.
Okay, but if you're looking at
when I say that something is equal, like we're not equal, we're different.
We both needed to sustain this.
Okay, so now wait. So I'm glad y'all said that real quick before I don't leave. So if we're gonna speak math,
we got 3 minutes.
We're gonna speak math. I know we're about to get off. They might just cut my mic off when the time is up. Cut my mic off. Roll to the credits. So now, if you're gonna speak math, let's say we take a triangle. We're taking a triangle as a family unit. If the man is a 90 degree and I'm 3 degrees, okay, the triangle's whole. Where the fuck is my degrees?
That's not complementary.
Okay, so
you see what I'm saying?
So this is how I.
If you're talking about treating the whole, no, that's equal.
A couple of
No, but it's different though. You know why? Because the angles would be like they would be different. So all right, so maybe the math wouldn't be a good way to say it. But the word complementary means that like we're both adding on to the pie. So maybe like,
but your add-on can be bigger than my add-on, and that's not equal.
Well, that's not what I'm saying, though. So all right, so you said
that's what he's saying. You're not equal. Like you're not equal.
That's exactly my point.
So that's why I want to explain myself because all right. So when I'm saying that we're not equal but complementary, doesn't mean that somebody's worth more. That's why I said verbatim. No one's worth more or less. It's just that we're different. Like my job would not be the same as the mom's job. The mom's job is the mom's job. And that doesn't mean that the mom has to be cooking. Like, I could be the one cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just means that whoever is doing something has to do that. So it's complementary. In fact, if you want to go back to because I always bring back to history, you bring it back to African traditional systems of running society and even spirituality.
That's where I was going to go into next.
And woman and like my hat, the man and woman and everything is one, and that's how we make the family. The family is, Exactly. So the family is a unit. It's the mother, it's the womb, the father is the male principal, and the child is the offspring. So that's what I'm talking about complementary. So we all have to play our parts to make this whole, and no one is worth more. So we all have equal value. No one is like if I was to be like on some biblical tip, I would say that you're
Adam and Eve. I was literally waiting to speak.
Hold on, I would say you're under my armpit, and you're under me. But as an African person or a person that
side to side,
we're the
you
same.
be side to side.
In fact, honestly, I kind of put you up because I know that the mother is the first teacher. Right. But that's why I say complementary.
I love the topic of masculinity and feminism, and when we get into the poles, because it always goes into like deep ends. And as a woman, I understand that we like to be power by the people and pro-black and pro-woman, but the reality is I always love the Adam and Eve example because it kind of does break down to that God did make man first. It's not to say that we come bottom then or we're beneath your feet or anything like that. It's not to necessarily say that, but it is to say that man was created first and man being made in God's image. And then
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
I definitely agree with that. That's
So you see how y'all both don't agree with that?
Yeah.
Big shout out to everybody in the YouTube comments.
Exactly. You heard Brian right there say, everybody, let us know what y'all feel about that.
Yeah, please do.
Because I know a few of you have been commenting on YouTube.
And I don't like to get too spiritual.
So
I really don't like to get too spiritual, but I do want to hear with that because if that's not the case, I like to know where we did come from. Thanks.
Real quick,
Last thoughts.
we
Yeah.
a little out of time, but we had 2 more, right? Did you explain yours?
No, I was about to say we could
No, that's what I was saying. We can let them
Yeah, we can
know what our topics are gonna be for next week. Like,
yeah,
because mine was I was gonna speak about like masculinity and as far as like how women in society, how the changing in like body types and stuff affects like our sons, like how our sons are gonna grow up
Great
looking
topic.
at a woman and what they're gonna be attracted to, as opposed to what a real woman is like. Why does mom look like this but grandma looks like this? You know what I'm saying? Like I think that it's gonna play a huge effect in the next like couple of years as far as like all the tranny stuff and all that stuff. That's, excuse me, I'm sorry, that was the wrong term, guys, my bad.
Yes.
Transsexual. You have like the transsexual people going around and the homosexuality and all of that stuff, and I think that's gonna play a big part in it, like all that
LGBT. Come on.
I'm a little tongue tied.
XC.
Excuse me, guys. But I think it's gonna play a large role in like masculinity and as far as what young men, more importantly to me, want young black men think is attractive. Because I'm attracted to like not in a ancestral way, like to what my mom looks like. Like my mom is an African American woman. She wears braids. You know, my mom might wear a fro. Like black women change up their hair a whole lot. That's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a woman. I need a woman that changes up her hair. She got a little attitude because that's what I'm used to. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we go to the place, you know what I mean? You're not yelling at the waiter about something. I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up?
What's going on? Yo,
But
honestly,
let's wrap it up, y'all. Let's wrap it up.
We're gonna save that for next week. I definitely want to get back on your topic as well because I'm still.
Let us
I
know in
want
the
to get
comments,
tied
y'all.
up, but I'm still on the complimentary versus equal because
Got you.
Anyway.
But y'all, let us know what y'all
Mine
think in
is,
the comments. You all that.
I'm about to say, mine is real simple, and y'all can comment on it. Pineapples belong on pizza. Fight me.
Ooh,
All right,
next
so that's what we're gonna talk
Next
about.
episode.
Pineapples
No, they
being on
don't.
pizza. If
No,
you
they
like
don't.
it,
So, yeah,
pineapples and chicken don't belong
they
on pizza. But let's
whatever. Anyway.
No, they don't.
Thank y'all for tuning in once again.
Shout out to Brian.
Shout out, Brian, Arts and Rhymes Broadcasting Network. Catch us
Download
on
it,
SoundCloud,
listen to it.
YouTube, the
that.
Arts and Rhymes app, all of that.
Check us out. Let us know.
Follow our page at 1990till 199TILL. I
Twitter
am
and
your host.
Instagram.
Right.
What up?
Retweet,
host, Ariel.
repost, follow.
Look, I'm your host,
Right.
Ariel.
Put down any
aka
suggestions.
I'm your damn host.
I'm sorry, go.
One of them. Ariel at Sugar So Fly. Charisma.
I have to say my Instagram already.
Pecan
Girl,
butter.
you've been on all the shows.
I'm sorry. PECANBUTTA _
It's your boy Justin, the manager. You know, Justin _ spelled just like that.
Word is Kamal. You can find me on Instagram at Kamal the Great, and on Twitter that's SunGod914.
All right, and that's it. Thank you
That's
guys so
9092.
much. Tune in.
It's a wrap. Cut.
Peace.
Let's get